What's up, guys? Welcome to Free For All, your source for all things geek and the Bettany hole. Turns out, Facebook knows what's up.
All the
Trey's
behind the
here.
scenes. Yo,
I'm here. I'm Evan. I didn't introduce myself. It's day 3, part 3.
day three.
What is in that
Feels like
Mucinex?
I don't know.
That was
I
solid.
drink a lot of it though.
You got black hair.
Chuck Nally, have I introduced
Hello.
you yet? Josh Barnett, have I introduced you yet?
Holla.
Is that your thing now?
Yeah,
you
sure.
need a go-to.
I like changing it up.
You seem more.
By
of a
changing up, you
routine
mean just
guy,
stealing
though.
my thing at least
I
once
like
every
a-
other week?
I like a routine, but for some reason I just haven't been able to.
I like a
settle on one.
poutine. A good poutine.
I
Trey
do
like
like
poutine.
Trey loves poutine.
What the fuck's not to like?
It's all right. I'm not the biggest fan.
It sounds like French
Gravy,
for
I'm not a big
vagina.
gravy on fries fan.
It's gravy, you motherfucker.
I mean,
I'm also not the world's biggest gravy fan.
I do love
God
gravy.
damn it, I
It's
hate
all
you.
right.
I mean, what's not to love?
I mean, we're all big dudes here. We all like
I'm
gravy.
working on it.
We all like gravy.
In a year, I swear to God, I will not be a big dude.
I'm gonna find you some low-cal gravy recipes.
Do it, please. I would love that.
I'm just gonna talk you into
Make
eating regular
without
gravy.
the salt.
It just says water.
Yeah.
Just pour water on this biscuit.
Man, my life sucks.
Ooh,
now.
what is lightning gravy?
Ooh.
Oh God.
The show is over.
It sounds exciting.
Oh, that is just chicken. And
I got
no. Read it out loud for the class. For the class.
what? 2 cups hot water.
Okay.
2 tablespoons corn starch.
Done.
I like where it's going.
That's
2
the end of the
cubes
recipe.
chicken bouillon.
That's where your calories come from.
Who's reading this, Josh?
He
I am.
is.
You shut your
No,
pie
he
hole.
is.
You shut your Bettany hole. 1
Yeah.
tablespoon cold water. That's it.
So there's hot water,
Corn.
and
It's
then
just thickening.
Dude,
It's just thickening
5
chicken
calories. You're welcome.
what's up?
Broth. It's literally just thickened chicken broth.
Thickened chicken?
I mean, that doesn't sound bad.
Well,
That doesn't sound bad.
whatever gives me some form of gravy.
And it's lightning. 5 minutes. You can make that in 5 minutes.
I bet. Part of it's getting the water hot,
Ooh, that's only
3 of the 5 right there.
right?
Oh, man, it's got 4 stars, man. Ooh, there's a beef gravy.
Beef. If it's the same recipe with beef bouillon, I'm gonna laugh a lot. 5 calorie.
Yep, 3 cubes beef bouillon. But
Is the rest exactly the same?
no, not
Shit.
quite. It's got white pepper and take that regular pepper
Yeah.
and a
You
pinch of,
the pretentious pepper,
and a pinch of thyme.
white privilege pepper. Tom,
Yeah.
get your thyme out of my gravy.
Okay.
I don't want that.
Then don't put it in there.
That's
It's
a-
got
that's
4.5 stars
That's
though.
a 2-star from Evan.
You haven't had it yet.
I don't care. Don't give me thyme in my gravy.
Yeah. Fuck time.
Time.
Yeah, Hootie doesn't agree.
Here on my side. Here.
God, I love that movie. Yes, it is.
Oh,
Hashtag time's up.
no. It's
Timeless is coming back soon.
It is this Sunday.
Keep saying things about
Do
time.
you
so
know
I
it?
can't remember
it's
this.
Denzel Washington
It
and
is.
John Goodman,
It is. You were correct so far.
and it was an awesome movie.
It's an amazing movie.
Oh man, it was right around Virtuosity. Also a great movie.
Speaking of time, it's running out before I tell you what it is.
Hang on. No.
4,
Keep doing your thing, and I'll come up with it.
3, 2.
It's like one word.
It is.
I can't remember.
It's Fallen. It's so good.
Damn it. I'm gonna look see how much that is on Amazon.
I thought he was talking about deja vu.
No
I-
one ever
I was
talks
like,
about deja
Where,
vu.
where the fuck was John Goodman in that movie?
Not there. Turns out to be the answer. We
Was
watched
one
a lot.
demon.
What?
A demon was possessing people, right?
Yeah, it was a fallen angel.
Yeah.
That's fallen.
And got possessed. John Goodman got possessed.
Yeah, the end of that movie is
Oh,
the hits.
so good.
God, it's so good.
Falling on DVD.
I own that on DVD. How much is
Ooh,
it?
$5.98.
Yeah, depreciating.
Ooh.
New shows we watched. Let's talk about some premieres. Trey,
Yo,
Homeland.
yeah,
You love Homeland.
I do.
I cooled on it last year. I've loved Homeland for years. Last year was easily my least favorite season.
Yeah, I really liked last season. It took a dip the couple years before that for me. It wasn't bad. Obviously, I kept watching, but it was not as good as it used to be.
Quality has never stopped you before, sir.
That is fair.
It's untrue. Remember, season 5 was great. You loved season 5. 4 was universally considered to be down.
Okay, maybe 4 is what I'm thinking of then. But man, I really did like last season quite a bit. And then this year it is absolutely like appointment television. I watch it on Sunday night on the
I've seen the
Showtime
first
app.
episode, so let's stick to the storyline.
Yeah,
from
that's
the first episode. So it's a direct carryover from last year, which did not thrill me.
Yeah,
It
I
has
figured.
the clearly like caricature of
Alex
Jones on there. that
Brett O'Keefe.
I hate, and I don't hate in the correct way. That I'm
His
supposed
whatever
to.
accent that guy's doing,
It's stupid.
it's real bad.
That
I will
guy
totally
is
grant
not
you that.
acting well, and like Homeland, it just feels too political and like on the nose. And I'm like, this. I miss the spy stuff. And to their credit, the first episode is full of spy stuff, so it's really cool. I like that part of it.
There continues to be spy stuff. I will say, and again, not to give too much away at all, but like the thing that made Homeland cool, especially once like Carrie became the main character,
Right.
when they kind of made that transition,
Right.
but really throughout the whole show is the fact that like they walk this really thin line sometimes between her mental illness being an illness and her mental illness being something that makes her really good at her job,
she
like
does,
uniquely
yeah.
qualified at her job in a way that a person without being bipolar just couldn't do. And that is very much part of this season, and man, that's like Homeland at its best
So
to me.
I do like that they're kind of going with the opposite side of it. It almost seems like they're like it's good, but they're almost like trying to atone for like maybe seeming too biased for one way last year. Like so, last year was the crazy alt-right going after a seemingly president that is like open and like ready for change where change needs and all this other stuff. And she's going to come into it's a first woman president. And it's like all this conspiracy from all these hardcore, like old school military guys and all these alt-right guys and fake news and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this year we come in and turns out it's like the president is if what all the alt-right people say about like gun control. But like, sure, yeah, it doesn't affect me, us having gun laws, but that's just the start of it. And they're going to go crazy and go from there. And that's what she's doing. She's like power hungry and
She's
manipulative.
fucking crazy.
Yeah, she is crazy, and she's abusing her power and like abusing the power of the office.
The meeting with the generals in episode 1, I forget.
Like when he's under trial?
No. Like she's in like the situation room with all these
No.
generals, and okay, it's not like a big like plot scene. It's just it's like a moment where like she is really good at being kind of a badass, and like in a way where she's obviously evil.
She kills Teabag.
She
What?
does kill Teabag.
Teabag from Prison Break. Robert
okay.
Nepper.
Oh, man, he's at every show.
Yeah, even after getting accused. Good for him. But then they killed him.
They did. They murdered that dude.
Yeah.
But no, they like she's really good at being like, I don't give any fucks about what anybody says about anything.
Yeah.
That scene does a really good job of it. You'll know it when
I
you
like
see
the
it.
president in the show.
Yeah.
As an actress, I think she's very good.
Yeah, I know I've seen her in something else. But I
Cotton
don't know
Manny
what.
Patinkin continues to be just wonderful.
Of course.
He's so good. But yeah, I'm optimistic after the first episode. I was wary going in.
I'm curious. I mean, there's definitely, like I said, still some Brett O'Keefe 4 episodes
God,
in.
it's
But
just hard to watch with him on it.
yeah, he's definitely not as
wish
much
he
the
was
focal
not-
point.
Yeah, I wish he wasn't a main character.
I think they had to do something with him after last year, I feel like.
I was hoping a shot to the head.
That's fair.
You know what's up. Let's talk about our cartoon president.
That
Okay.
show sucks.
I love it.
I hate it. It is in my bottom 5 for the year.
I didn't watch
Probably mine too.
I just don't like it.
I had no desire to watch it.
So you like it, so go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's fun to laugh at things that could make you cry. And it's taken like everything. I do like the Ted Cruz. Like he
That is
continually
funny.
pops
Ted
up
Cruz is funny.
like all the time. And did you guys watch more than one episode?
No.
No.
God, no.
There's just this part where they're creating a bunch of like dummy Trumps because he's afraid that somebody's going to kill him. So there's a bunch of them all over the place, and Ted Cruz is one of them. And it's really, really well. To me, it's funny. And also, the way that they portray Eric is fantastic. My mouth is closed.
Yes, his voice made my skin crawl.
I don't know. It makes me laugh.
I mean, good on you.
It's topical, and I don't know.
To me, it just felt like the same jokes I've heard about Trump for years now.
And that's fair. I mean,
and I guess I was just tired of it. I don't know. I just didn't find myself. I did laugh at Ted Cruz, but that's the only thing
Ted Cruz
I
and Ben
laughed at.
Carson were the two things I
Ben
laughed
Carson
at.
was funny. Ben Carson was.
Those are the two things I was like, that's
all the
pretty good.
people outside of Trump. Like anytime that
I don't
his sons
remember-
talk, or anytime that not Ivanka, but the mom one. What's her name?
Melania.
Melania.
Yeah, her.
I remember.
It's just-
I do remember thinking something was like unnecessarily mean spirited to someone. That
Jeff
didn't deserve
Sessions.
it. No, he deserves it, and that was hilarious.
Jeff Sessions looks like a cartoon version of when they used to do Ross Perot on SNL.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
the best.
It's awesome.
God, I miss Dana Carvey.
True story. I mean, he's alive.
Anyway, that's really all we can say.
Yeah,
about that show.
I mean,
I don't think it's going to get picked up.
Probably not.
But, I mean, enjoy it.
yeah, I want to finish it.
It'll be on the list for worst show. That show was bad. Speaking of sucking, everything sucks.
Yeah.
You
Are we just talking
motherfuckers
about?
don't know how to read, so yes, we're only talking about the first 2 episodes until I finish the
It
show
wouldn't have
later
mattered
when
if it
appropriate
said
label.
whatever
He
you
would've
do,
watched it
don't
no matter
finish it.
what.
I would have finished the show.
You did too.
I accidentally finished it.
No,
That's
that's not a
bullshit.
thing.
It just autoplayed. It didn't even hit me with the "Are you still watching?" thing.
It will if you just leave it.
It didn't. I literally didn't touch the button all day long.
No one believes you, Josh. I
I don't
just
give
want to
a
let you know.
Fuck.
Yeah,
All right.
you do.
I really don't.
Yeah, you do.
show
Comment.
is okay.
Comment on our put some comments.
So
in.
you think it's okay?
I think that it is.
I think it's good.
bordering not great. I don't know. It's good.
I think it's very good, but I am not at great. You two guys love this show.
I do love this show.
Did you finish it, Chuck?
I have not finished
Okay.
it yet. No.
Yeah. You listened.
He's really happy that
You can
didn't
follow
finish it.
instructions? Yeah.
You asked not to,
Thank you. Yes, I did.
so I watched other stuff.
You only half just pissed me off, Altered Carbon. But you did get close.
I fully pissed you off then.
Yeah,
I'm,
hardcore.
I'm fucking okay with it.
Hardcore.
Yeah, I am definitely like this is a
It had me at
contender
Mighty
for
Mighty
top 10.
Bosstones.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is wonderful. So this is a '90s show, coming of age, but like really heavily on the '90s.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Some
it's set in 1996.
Some stuff is a bit ham-fisted. I'll grant
yeah,
you,
it's a
but
bit on the nose.
It's more so in like the first episode than it is anything when, like Josh pointed out. Oh, Columbia House, like
Yeah, it was like, oh, let's.
that
I mean,
felt a little in your face, but after
but I
that,
had
it's
Columbia House, so I related to it.
like
Yep.
when they were all getting drunk and stuff like that. I was like, oh God, please open up a Zima. I was like, yes,
Yep.
but they didn't like, hey, Zima.
It feels
You know,
like
they
if
didn't do
they
anything
were
like
making
that.
Freaks and Geeks, but they're making it way later.
Okay,
And so it's like it is a bit more like nostalgia than Freaks and Geeks was at the time because that was much closer to the '90s.
Yeah.
But it feels like the same type of show. I like the show a lot. The only part I don't like the show so far through 2 episodes is his friends. I think they are the most like over the top. Like they need to pull it back a little bit.
I think they actually kind of do. One of them comes out of the shell a little bit towards where I am, anyway. But
Yeah, they both have like small arcs, but they're certainly never like the main
prominent.
focus.
But
They're
the
always
kid
in the
on the
background.
morning show is
Scott
Scott
Pocket
Pocket.
is
The
fucking
best.
incredible.
Oh man, I love
He
him. And that
continues
little-
to be the best.
He's
that
number
little,
2 on my character of the year so far. I think
That little black kid, man, he's a good actor.
He's really good.
he is good. I really enjoyed the video he made to the
That's-
lesbian girl in the first.
That's up for moment of the year for me. The end of episode 2
Is it episode 2 where
with
he
the
made
Oasis song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's
I
really
loved it.
good. And it's like a montage of '90s like movies.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's really, really good. I liked it a lot. How many episodes? You finished it. That's
Yeah, I
right. That's
finished
right.
it.
You're an asshole.
I will say I don't like the white kid friend. He's like just overbearingly weird in a way that doesn't feel believable.
Yeah,
to
he's
me.
the worst part for me.
Oh,
So
I
far.
love him, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't-
just,
He had me at weather
Everybody's
choir.
got that overbearing weird friend. So we can. I think everybody can.
Our
relate.
overbearing weird friend is Boone,
That's fair.
God.
and I love Boone, but he has that title on lockdown.
I think that's what I mean. I think everybody's got a circle of friends that are very similar to that circle of friends.
No, I don't disagree. I
It's
don't
just-
love their acting, and
Yeah.
it felt just too like forced to me. And again, I'm very early in the show, so maybe it settles in for me. But yeah, I do like the show a lot. You guys were like really into this, though.
Yeah, I love it quite a bit. I'm
We'll
looking
get
For
forward
me
to
more
it.
too, you guys haven't necessarily maybe gotten to this, but it deals with the parents of the two main characters being like single parents.
I love that arc.
So like
It
it's
is
for me,
so good.
it like hits me in the feels and like
oh, the principal dad is
Yeah.
amazing.
he's absolutely wonderful. But like
I like
so
him better
I
than
re-
Scott Pocket.
No.
let's not get carried away.
I don't get the love for Scott Pocket personally.
I mean, she said Scott Pockets, and I was sold.
Okay.
From that point on,
So
that
you
guy
like,
could do no
you
wrong.
like that girl then?
No,
No, he did some amazing things.
He
in 2
did.
episodes only.
God, what do you see like when he's like doing the dance in the kitchen? I was like,
God, he's so
it was joyous.
yeah,
man. I
it really
loved
is.
it so much.
But like, I relate to him like quite a bit, but then I also relate to the kids because that was just right before I was that age in high school. So it's like very much like twofold. Every time they like take a break from the nostalgia kid stuff, they go to the single parent stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this also hits me.
yeah,
It's man, I think that's why I like that show so
I
much.
love that arc, like at the swimming pool and like God, what is he like? TP that one lady's house, and she's like, I know that's your car. I expect all this to be cleaned up in the morning. They're out there smoking weed. It's really
They
really
do not do that well.
I'm excited
Yeah.
to finish it. I mean, it's good. It's an easy
good.
watch too.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
absolutely. It is like 23, 26-minute episodes.
Yeah,
there's
10 of
what,
them.
8 or 10.
10.
10. 8 more to go. The Joel McHale show with Joel McHale.
Yes. I love it.
It's amazing.
I love it. Did you watch episode 3 yet?
No, I haven't watched 3
damn
yet.
it.
So we'll be talking about the first 2, but
He-
really
he
just talk
has
about the
a-
show in general.
He's a fantastic guest on episode 3. I haven't actually watched the first episode. The one that I watched with you guys, episode 2, is the first one I watched.
Oh, you should watch it.
I plan on going back.
So this show is the soup. Like literally, it is the soup that he got. That what made him famous doing it on E.
Only,
It's a clip show. It's a reality clip show.
but it also has a fantastic feud with Don Adorable.
He does. He did shit like that all the time on the soup. This is the soup, except he can say fuck on it. Is all it is. I don't like Joel McHale usually. I didn't like Community. I don't like his
God, what was
all
that
his
one
other
show?
things.
What was that one show?
The
Outdoorsy?
Great Outdoors.
Oh,
It was so bad.
it looked.
They make fun of that a
awful.
little bit in episode 3.
I like him, and I think he is good at like making like witty banner into the clips. And I don't always laugh at what he says about him, but what he says often leads me into laughing in the clip. I think he's very good at what he does on that.
Some of the clips are funny. I will grant you that. I just don't find him funny. Like
I
his
do.
commentary on the clips is what I don't find
enjoy
funny.
Joel McHale.
Trey likes this show.
I know he does. He won't admit it.
He's
but he
denying
likes
it
this
hard.
show.
He is joshing it up hard.
You like the show, right?
Yeah, I do. It's funny.
It's
It's
very funny.
I'm not a Joel McHale fan either, and I can kind of see Trey's point. If you literally hate that guy every time he shows his face, the little
Correct.
smirks that he has, like before, like after the clip plays, but before he comments, would probably drive me up the fucking wall.
That's fair, but man, he just sets them up so well,
The only thing I didn't like was the Netflix thing,
which I enjoyed. Dun-dun.
Yeah, it was kind of funny, but it was so like
It
the
went on a
laughter
little
was
long.
the laughter was canned. It wasn't.
That was also straight out of what they used to do on the soup. Like they had awful sketches that they did like that.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah, I mean,
But everything else has been pretty funny. The actual clip stuff has been very funny.
I look forward to it every week. I was hoping we'd get done early enough to watch it this week.
Let's do it. What time is it?
It is 10:50, so we'll see. So yeah, check that out. It's every Sunday on Netflix. Absentia or Absentia. I don't know.
I think it's Absentia.
Shut up.
You taking my line? The fuck, man? Oh, by the way, I found a turkey gravy recipe. It's 36 calories.
Thank you. Email me
I
that.
thought you were going to say 36 cubes of bouillon.
Of turkey bouillon.
Oh, and a teaspoon of water.
Oh man,
I'm in on that
looks
recipe.
like a health website.
Look at that.
All that white. It looks very healthy.
Because of white?
It's very clean, like a doctor's office. A hospital?
I think all that
Absentia
checks
is
out.
slow.
Hospital?
Yeah.
How do you say hospital?
Absentia is
No, we're not there yet.
boring.
I like the story, it intrigued me.
God damn it!
I don't
actually
hate the show.
I didn't
First
make it through
5
an
minutes
episode.
had me hooked.
Yes, but then it's followed by a very slow episode.
But it's got the guy from Quantum Break in
You're
it.
damn right it does. You're John damn
And,
right it does.
and Stana Katic, who is still smoking hot.
She is.
She is.
More or less.
The premise is cool.
I
wanna know
It
what
is a cool
happens,
premise.
but
It's
that-
depressing as fuck.
How many episodes in are you?
One.
Okay, I watched the second one. It's
Oh,
still,
did you?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
How good is it?
It's still very slow.
Interesting.
But something
I think
happens
that's
at the
gonna be
end.
the
I was
pace
like,
of this
oh,
show.
shit. It was cool.
Oh.
And she's starting to lose,
no,
like,
he
her...
just got me. I'm watching it.
And she's starting to kind of, like, be a little bit more aggressive with her
All right.
schizophrenic nature after being tortured for 6 years,
Yeah,
I guess.
and
But
her husband moved on real fast.
yeah, but she's I watched this again with Kristen the first episode, and Kristen was like, "Man, she is like totally being a bitch right now." I'm like,
The
"Yeah."
other wife, the new wife.
No, standing.
Oh,
Stana Katic. Yeah, she's just like going up. It's like, oh yeah, you moved on by fucking someone else, and I moved
I mean,
on
you'd
by
be pissed
getting.
off too.
I would, but I mean,
the premise
he
of the
didn't do
show-
he didn't do anything wrong.
So
He
she's an
literally did nothing wrong.
No, he didn't. She's an FBI agent that is kidnapped by a serial killer, suspected serial killer.
The
and-
lidless killer, the eyelid killer,
Yeah, and so she's missing for 6 years. They presume dead, obviously. And then she turns up, and like he's like playing a game, and he leaves clues to go find her, and they barely save her in time. But she's been alive and being tortured for all this time. And now like the game is afoot. How's that not intriguing?
It is a cool premise.
And then they find that body.
The show's boring as fuck.
That sculling team finds that body
Yeah.
in the water with no eyelids.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 but he's been locked up.
What's happening? God, it's.
I want to finish it.
I plan on finishing it as well.
Do you?
Yeah.
All right.
It's slow,
It's got
but
a
I
cool
don't
mystery
hate
to it.
I
Trey?
really don't.
Probably not. I fell asleep during the first
He's got
episode.
5 Chicago shows.
You
to
love
watch in the
slow
meantime.
shows and
Usually.
movies.
Usually,
You're
I
too
didn't like the
slow.
show.
God, it's because he can't see.
No, it's
Fair.
because of the next shows we're going to talk about that's taking up all of his time
And energy.
and soul. Let's move on. I look forward to talking about the end of
Keep.
Absentia.
I'm gonna keep
with you.
that one.
Keep. It's a keep.
Indeed.
I was on the border, but you guys convinced me. It's a keep.
Yeah.
And I won't be alone, so I'd have to be on the Evan. I was paused. I was like, this is going to be an Evan show. What will not be is living biblically.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
This show is, as I said earlier, ironically, an abomination and an affront to God, man, and comedy.
that should be the tagline of this show. Like on its business card.
And
Including
no one,
the ironically part.
no one wants the dad from the Real O'Neills to succeed more than I do.
I'm just gonna say it. It sounds like I do because I like this show.
Fat
No.
Nathan Fillion,
This-
who's kind of already.
Yeah, I was like, so Nathan Fillion. This show is bad, dude.
It's terrible.
It's so bad, it's good.
It's
No, that's
not.
It is just full of like just really bad dad jokes, and I enjoy every fucking minute of it.
Man,
Ugh.
I
So
laughed
did you watch
a
this?
lot.
yes.
do you think it's as bad as I do?
Yeah. It had one part that made me laugh, and that's when he hit that guy in the face with the rock and ran away. But it was very
I knew it was
surprising.
coming.
Trey.
I knew it was coming, and I still laughed hard.
Everyone knew it was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming, and I watched it before Chuck did.
It's so
Look at
funny.
you. You were giddy.
God, it's terrible.
I also really enjoy that the priest.
Oh, he's the worst part.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Adam Goldberg as the rabbi is pretty fucking terrible too.
Adam Goldberg.
No, it's not Adam Goldberg.
That
What
was
is that
like
guy's
that.
No,
fucking
it's
not
the
his
name?
it's the
name at
fat
all.
kid from Numbers. He
Yeah,
used to
it
be
is.
skinny.
Oh yeah,
And he was Bernard.
Yeah, it's fat
God
numbers.
damn it! What is that? I
8.
it's not the dad from Numbers though.
No.
No. I mean, is 8 the fattest number?
It's got to be. One's the loneliest, 8 is the fattest. That got Trey. That's a better joke than anything on Living
Whatever.
Biblically.
That's par for the fucking course for that.
That
show.
show sucked. That is 100%
I'll
my
be
number
watching-
3 on my worst shows of the year.
I'll
And
be watching the whole season.
the only things worse than that this year are fucking 9JKL and Ghost Wars.
God damn it,
True
9JKL.
story on both of those. They are both awful.
God,
Is he
Ghost.
one of Rosencrantz and Goldstein from
Yes.
Harold and Kumar?
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck is that guy's name?
Bernard from Santa
8.
Claus.
Not the dad
Krumholtz.
from Numbers.
David Krumholtz.
No, it's not. It's Mr. Universe.
8. I thought we've established that show
Krumholtz.
sucks, Trey. I have never been more disappointed in you.
I'm okay
Talk
with
about
it.
another show that kind of
No,
sucks.
no. We're not done yet. That show sucks, man. God, I was so I couldn't believe that you liked
It's
it.
shocking. that
It's
you
like
said
when
that.
I watched Olympus and I tried to Olympus you, and if you had liked Olympus,
I did not like Olympus though.
you didn't.
That
At
show
least
was
there's
real
that
bad.
Going for
What
you.
show did you try to do that with me and I actually kind of liked it?
Ghost Wars, wasn't it?
No, I told you to watch Ghost Wars.
Man.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Oh,
Oh,
no,
finish it.
no! It was the fucking Silicon Valley ripoff that was
Oh,
on
yeah,
AMC last
fuck!
year.
Wait, did you say you're gonna finish Ghost Wars?
You're damn right I
No,
am.
you're
No,
not.
I really am.
Mm.
I literally I tried to watch episode 2 earlier this week, but the app
Loaded
wouldn't let
was
me.
the
I was
name
gonna
of that
say
show.
you tried to watch it.
The app wouldn't let me. I kept hitting play and it wouldn't fucking
That's because
start.
even it knows how fucking shitty that show is.
Loaded was the name of the
It's got
show. I
like
tried
80-something
to
on,
Olympus you on.
Oh yeah,
That show was
Loaded was
bad.
bad.
You kind of liked it,
Kinda. It wasn't good.
you dick, and then you never watched it again.
Nope, because I realized it wasn't good.
Well, at least you got there.
Living Biblically, a solid 20% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, it didn't open up.
Look
well
up
in the
Ghost
ratings
Wars.
Either.
Ghost Wars?
I don't think there's ratings for that.
I looked it up already.
Oh, did you? Is it bad?
It's not bad.
Did
it's-
3 people review it?
It's middle of the road.
Were 2 of them in the show?
No, none of them were in the show.
There is not a tomato meter critically for Ghost Wars.
Yeah,
There is at
exactly.
least one review. I looked it up. I'm gonna find it.
One poor asshole got paid to review that thing
There's
positively.
not one on Metacritic. I know that. I did try to find out that.
That wasn't even worth critics'
okay,
time.
This eerie series mixes horror and the supernatural. This woman was obviously paid.
Motherfucker!
Melissa Camacho, I'm looking at you.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a real person even.
Camacho, Macho Camacho.
It's
Yeah,
at a
you're
6.5
fake.
out of 10 on IMDb. It's at a 6.7 out of 10 on TV.com.
Josh, there's a thing called bots.
What's the other show that we're talking about?
Ghost Wars.
No, fuck that show. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
9JKL?
Oh no, the other shitty show that Trey liked.
Oh, no, that was mainly it. It's just, that counts for 2.
No, the other one is bad too. He
Also,
likes it.
9JKL, a 7 out of 10 on TV.com. You want to tout them some more?
I mean, you know, people like different things. No, the next show sucks too.
Good Girls.
Okay, I didn't watch that one.
Oh,
Good
no,
Girls
it's-
is not good.
It sucks also.
Okay, good. What is it? I didn't. I must
not
have overlooked that.
Terrible. It's not good.
I'd give it like a 3.5 maybe.
I'm at a 5. Like, it's just mid-road.
Oh yeah, I'd be more closer to Chuck at the
Yeah,
3 or
let's see.
so.
Christina Hendricks' boobs give it
Oh,
at
this
least
is
a
the
4.5.
Christina Hendricks boob
Okay, she has done like NASA has worked on her bra. There's no way boobs that big can stay up that high. It's impossible.
They did it.
I know they did. Dave Matthews did.
America.
Guilty as charged.
Me.
But the show is not that great.
Her sister is awful.
She's the worst.
True
What has
story.
she been on?
I looked that up the other day, and it surprised me. And
It
I
also-
don't remember what it was.
It was something
Is it a
like
comedy
super popular.
or not a
It was.
comedy? Like it started out, it
It's a
seemed like
dramedy.
a comedy, and then like some rape happened, and
Yeah.
it was got
Or some
real
rape
awkward.
Did happen.
Yeah, from the guy from Always Sunny. What's that guy? Rickety Cricket.
I don't remember that character.
You don't remember Rickety Cricket?
I
The
don't.
priest that
I haven't watched nearly as much of that show as you have. To be fair,
man, he's the homeless guy now.
well now he's
that,
raping
like,
people.
It's all about nips and hips.
Turns out he still has that philosophy.
Oh man, he's about that nips and hips life. Oh man, yeah, he was a creepy dude.
Dude, it's awful.
Yeah, you're right. It's weird. Like, I get what they're going for, but it doesn't straddle the line well. Also, this is a 7.1.
On TV.com.
I love that you're just using the TV.com as a metric now.
I mean,
No,
you
it's
just
a
did
measure
it.
to prove
you
you
started
wrong.
it.
She was the weird sister was in The Duff and
Yeah.
Yeah, the Duff.
Perks of Being a Wallflower and
Wait,
Scott Pilgrim.
hold on. I
Scott
just got how
Pilgrim
much
was
shit
the
for living
one.
biblically,
Oh,
and
is
he's
this
just
Mae
gonna yell
Whitman?
the Duff.
The Duff is actually not a terrible movie.
God damn
Is
it,
Mae
Evan.
Whitman?
No, it's Roxy Richter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mae Whitman.
I don't
It's the actress.
fucking know.
That's the actress's
Okay,
name.
cool. She's not good.
She's awful.
She's pretty bad.
She is also just like super skanky white trash too.
Yeah, she
Retta's in this, which
She was also the girl whose name they kept forgetting about in Arrested Development.
in life,
That's fair.
I can't remember her name anymore.
But Christina Harris is really hot.
Ironically.
This show is okay. It's about 3 people who are down on their luck, but are good people, trying really hard, and so they go and rob a store, and it turns out that that store was a front for the mafia.
Sounds like a Dolly Parton song.
No. Have you ever heard a Dolly Parton song?
look at
A
that.
little bit.
Those are not supposed to stay up that
Yeah. Thank you, NASA.
high. Anyway,
Yeah. So
Retta's in this show.
is
I
that
like
the
her.
black lady?
Yeah, she's Parks and Rec.
Oh yeah, she's great. I liked her a lot actually.
She's the best part of the show to me.
Matthew Lillard's in this show.
He is
That's a
old,
mark
fat,
against
That
it.
guy's alive?
like melting.
Kinda.
I mean, he's obviously
I do not like him.
melting.
Outside of Scream, I do not like him.
That's kind of fair.
You didn't like him in Wing Commander?
No one did.
Or
No.
Summer Catch?
I couldn't even say that other way.
Summer Catch is so bad.
Because Jessica Biel's in it, I agree.
What was he in? What was
She's
that
hot? But that
show
movie
on
sucks.
FX that was like about that took place on the Mexican border?
Oh my god.
He was in that, and he
Bridge.
was so what?
The Bridge.
Yes, God, that show sucked, and so
You talk about slow,
dude,
The Bridge.
and he was so fucking bad in it.
I had the same reaction when I saw him in this as I did when Dane Cook showed up in American Gods.
I forgot Dane Cook was in that.
Exactly.
I really don't hate Dane Cook. I don't get the hate for him.
Oh, he fucked Emily Browning in that show.
He did.
Hard.
Mhm.
And then his head came off.
No, his dick had got
His dick
bitten
came
off.
when her head came off. That's what it was.
Well, she
her
bit
head
his
didn't come
dick off
yeah,
because she was
in the middle of
blowing
the
him.
accident. And then she was thrown
Yeah.
from the car.
Right.
I thought her head came off too.
No.
How'd she die?
Huh?
She
got
got
flung
thrown
from a
through
car.
the
I guess
with a
it's-
dick
with
in
a-
it.
People can live through that.
Oh man, I'm
He
laughing
fought-
so hard my head's
She fought
fucking light
cancer
on
for
that one.
years, and then she died when she got a car wreck.
Now, didn't she walk through half that show with like a giant autopsy, like her chest open?
Not half, the entire show.
Man,
Oh,
that
we're
show-
going to move on. AP Bio.
This the one that sucks.
I like this show.
I hate this show.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's
pretty
not that
solid.
bad.
I'm not as hot on as I am with people.
Man, I hate this show.
Yeah, I couldn't get through.
I
that
like
with
this
a
show a
straight
lot
face.
more than I did. Living Biblically is just.
Oh, Living Biblically is a categorically worse show.
Yes, it's not close.
I like the show.
I don't know if I'll continue this. It's very
Patton
borderline for
Oswalt?
me.
I
But-
laughed at one thing, and that was sending Patton Oswalt up on the fucking.
God.
You didn't laugh at you
Damn,
and not
it was
surprise
fun.
me with rap.
No,
The
I
la-
hated that.
The
one.
ladies
Oh, that
are
was
very funny.
hilarious.
The ladies are very funny.
Oh, the
Yes,
caddy
they
lady,
are.
but the stupid one that's just.
Yeah. So, to me, I told Trey, for me, like, I would go a long time without laughing, and I was like, okay, this show's not good. And then something would happen that I laughed really hard at, and then I'd go through another dry spell, and then laugh really hard. So it's peaks and valleys for me in this show.
Oh, all his chalkboard drawings are fucking
they
great.
are wonderful. If there's just a little more consistency, this could be like a very solid comedy that I keep. This has been a bad year for new comedies for me. Like nothing. I don't think has there been anything great.
I don't think
LA to
people-
Vegas.
That's
Good,
not great.
I like
That
it.
is not great.
I fucking love.
I
that
like
show.
it and still watch it every week, but it's not great. I think
Captain
it's good.
Dave is my character of the year so far.
No, it's Hormone Monster. There is
Okay,
no
you're
other
right.
True
choice.
story.
You're right. I'm sorry. Also, you can kind of count that as comedy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is, but it's anime. We always count it separate. I'm okay counting it as one for this year.
Animated. Let's say anime.
He said animated.
Yeah,
I felt like he said anime.
I never say anime.
Well, you dropped the aided.
Miramax son. Hi. But yeah, AP Bio, good, not great to me. It's okay.
Bad, not good for me.
It was. I would call it.
That's not your kind of show, anyways. Though
It's really not.
I don't think you'll like anything with with Glenn Howerton.
Yeah.
Yeah,
From
he's
Sunny.
He's not there for you.
Is that who that guy is?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
from Always Sunny.
Sure.
Also not for you,
No, it is not.
except for Charlie Work. Charlie Works for everyone.
True story. Move the goddamn dumpster, you goddamn bitch.
That episode was good. That episode was solid.
No one can dislike that show. Let's talk about Atlanta.
Florida Man.
Florida Man and Alligator Man.
Gator Man is great, but Florida Man is my favorite fucking thing on TV.
Hearing about Florida Man, and then later on he's like, "It sounds like Florida Man." I laughed really hard. Cat Williams was surprisingly great in this.
It
was amazing.
Incredible.
He was. The epic ass slow motion shot of the gator just walking out of the house and then turn
Gangster
around
style.
and just sleeping under the bushes. I love this show so much.
It's so well written.
It started off a little tragic. I was like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, I mean,
with a girl
whatever's
and all
going on
that.
with that whole thing, but yeah.
I'm interested to see where that goes. It's Robin season.
Mm-hmm. It is Robin season.
Yeah, it's getting that Christmas time. Oh, Trey's got shit.
Trey does not want to talk about Atlanta.
Oh, that sucks.
It was really good.
Looming Tower's coming too.
Oh, damn it. Hold up on that.
Oh, yeah, I liked Atlanta a lot. This show I was afraid of, like, it's been on off for a long time.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure if it was going to hit the same tone.
It
or be
got a
able to
lot of
continue.
praise. I'm like, did I build this up too much? Like, because it was such a shock for me the first time I watched Atlanta. I was like, oh my God, this
Yeah.
show is great.
Is,
It's just
the girl
Donald
playing-
Glover is just awesome. Like, he just really is.
He really fucking
legitimately.
He's an incredibly talented
What were
person.
you
Man.
asking?
I was gonna say, is the girl who's playing Domino? She back?
Zaza Beetz?
Yeah, she.
Yeah, she's back.
Okay.
She
She's not
back.
in this
I didn't know
episode,
she
though.
got.
Yeah, she's not in the first episode, but yeah, she's
too
back.
big.
Nah, no, she's back. She
Nah,
loves
man.
this.
Man, I really do enjoy Paperboy, though. And
Paperboy and Darius. And
Darius is
what
the
was their
best.
beef?
He
don't wanna talk about it. He don't want to fucking talk about it. God, it's so.
They sure as hell laughed at him when he pulled
That
that gold
golden
gun
gun.
out, though.
God, that was so funny. That was so
Also,
funny.
Cat Williams booked it down that street at the end.
Him running was hysterical.
With
He's
in,
such a time-
in house shoes,
Yes.
and it was fast.
God,
I was
it so
surprised.
I am
funny.
not a Cat Williams fan, but holy shit. Also, I love that Trey didn't even recognize that was Cat Williams.
Yeah, he was like, whoever this guy is. We were all like, Cat Williams? And he was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, okay, if you do know who Cat Williams is, you should have known that's Cat Williams. There is no mistaking him.
Yeah, I'm not the world's biggest fan of him, but this.
That's like seeing
this show is so
Bobcat
fucking good.
Goldthwait and hearing him talk and then being like, who is this? Be like, oh, yeah, that is Bobcat. No one is like, oh, yeah, that is Bobcat. You recognize Bobcat immediately.
Exactly.
Gilbert Gottfried,
Exactly.
Same level.
That was the next comment I was going to make.
Flava Flav.
Oh, or Gollum. He had. But he's black.
It is
Gollum.
a little column A, a little column B.
Yeah. So.
You should have went Gollum
I
A and
know.
Gollum B. You
Oh
dummy.
yeah, yeah.
That's the heart attack talking.
Cold heart attack. You get it right,
Gold
man. So I'm really excited for the rest of
I
Atlanta.
can't fucking wait. I wish Master of None were coming back at all, or at least sooner. as
Probably
well,
2
because they're
years.
So good if they do
If
it
at all.
Yeah, I really hope.
Oh, he's.
They quieted down on the whole.
Oh,
backlash
Aziz is
about
fine with that. He just is.
Not sure if he wants to do it.
He wanted a break from the show. He puts a lot into that, man.
I would like to see, and like I would like.
Donald
to see,
Glover, however, is the hardest working person in Hollywood.
He
Evidently,
is. I would like to see Kumail get this kind of show as well.
I think he's going to. Camille's about to blow up.
I agree, man. He was. I did watch his like little.
He was
segments
hilarious
at the Oscar,
at the Oscars.
especially the representation thing where he's like,
Yeah.
you can relate to me. It's not that like he's like my favorite person in Hollywood behind Donald Glover. Like I love both those guys, but it's just fucking fantastic.
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah, I like Atlanta a lot. We're gonna hold off on the Looming Tower, which is also a first impression show.
Yeah, I managed not to finish that episode because Hulu
Hey, I
was giving
finished
me
the-
shit. I got half of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
finished
No, we're gonna talk about tonight. We're just gonna talk about when Trey gets back because
Yeah.
Trey's like really into the show.
Okay.
So finished shows, not Altered Carbon, you fucks. Not Narcos, I'm a fuck. Or Mindhunters, haven't had time. Or Schnar Chronicles, haven't had time. That show got canceled.
Shannara.
It's being shot to go to another network again, so if it happens, I may finish it. Wow, so we actually have 2 finished shows. I'll be damned. The Gifted. God damn it, Trey's not here.
And he wants to talk about the other one too.
God damn it, Trey.
Do we take a break?
No.
Okay, fuck it. Let's talk about one of the shows he wants to talk about.
Let's talk about the thing that he wants to talk about the most.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's prioritize
Because that's what we would do to Josh.
Let's talk about
It's
the post.
100% what you would do to me.
Relax, I just admitted it.
But he likes living biblically.
Let's talk about. Yeah, he's a fuck. Let's talk about the post and just give it glowing reviews like it deserves.
It does deserve it.
Because Trey's weird about it.
Chuck, you never saw this, right?
It's awesome. It's
Do you like
really
All the
good.
President's Men?
I've never seen it.
Do you like Spotlight?
Spotlight?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
a good,
Spotlight
but not
Light.
great Spotlight. I mean, well, so
Spotlight
I do think
Light?
it's great.
Mm.
It's Spotlight Light. Yeah.
It's the Michelob Ultra of
Spotlight
Spotlight.
is a 10. This movie is an 8.75.
Yeah. It's incredibly good movie. Like I just.
It's really well acted.
I
It's
didn't
really
have a
good.
pacing like concern about it at all.
I was
felt fairly
enthralled.
briskly paced. Like I was just like halfway through the movie, I was like, "There's no way we're already an hour into this film.
It's very ham-fisted in the fact of like what we've gone through with our current president and the whole fake news thing.
but
and,
it's like the thing.
but
I
this
think that I
happened,
appreciate
and
about
it is important.
It's important, and even if you're forcing in the allegory with current times, it's important in current times too. Like,
yeah, but I mean, they don't make any of this up. Like all of this happened.
yes,
This is a cool story. It needs to be told. It directly led into Watergate, as they show at the end of that movie.
You mean the DC Cinematic Universe?
Kind of.
Washington DC Cinematic Universe. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
It
otherwise,
has, it has like a straight up
Is that
Marvel
the-
stinger at the end of the movie.
Is that
Like,
the newest DCEU? They
I'm
just
telling you.
scrap all
So,
that stuff
all right,
and just
mild spoilers for this movie, Chuck. It's literally
It's not
it's
spoilers,
fact,
it's
so it doesn't
history,
matter. Like it ends with a security guard seeing a taped over lock on a door in a building at night, and he walks in there, and it ends with like a pan out, and he's like, "We might have a problem here at the Watergate building." Or, like
Watergate Hotel, right?
or Watergate Hotel rather. He's like, we might have a break in, and it like pans out and you see people like searching through the files and shit like in other rooms. It's straight up a Marvel stinger for a Steven Spielberg
Watergate's
movie.
a complex. There was a hotel, and then there was like
Yeah.
military office or not military, government offices
Right,
and stuff
right.
in there. That's the part they were at.
The only semi weird part for me was, and I get why they did it, and I'm glad they did it instead of getting an actor for it. But the cutting in of the Nixon
No,
tapes,
loved it.
did you?
Yeah, really fucking loved it.
If it weren't the static shot outside of the White House, I might be a little bit better with it. But like,
I mean, I get it.
just
That's
showing his
stylish
silhouette,
choice.
yeah.
I guess I can see that.
but yeah, the actual audio, that guy was a fucker. First
Yeah.
of all.
Yeah, man, Nixon was beloved too. Like
know.
he won in a landslide.
Yes, he did.
Then,
What was LBJ, wasn't it?
yeah,
Oh.
not liked.
No, not
Oh
at
man, Landslide. It was a great song. Fleetwood Mac.
Nuge.
all. Dixie Chicks.
No.
Kidding, I fucking hated that.
Chixie Dicks.
Yeah, Chicks with Dicks.
Take that.
What?
Whoa.
Ted 2, yo.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. God, the Ted movies. I want
There
a
are no
third
chicks
Ted
with
movie.
dicks. There's dudes with tits.
Man, speaking of that. Yep. Speaking of,
Yeah. God, Ted
Speaking
2 is
of
so good.
Ted 3, though, I did laugh my ass off when I saw a headline earlier of Disney just released a trailer for the third Ted movie
Yeah, that
for
is kind of
Christopher
funny.
Robin. I fucking died laughing.
So Tom Hanks in the post is wonderful, and I
I'm
think kind of
surprised.
woefully overlooked this award season. He wouldn't have won.
he
still?
wouldn't have, but I thought he was great. I do think he was better than Meryl.
Meryl was really good.
She was
man.
good, but her character took a very sharp turn late in that movie that I don't think was set up exactly well.
I was okay with it.
I appreciate where she went with it. I will say the final 10 minutes
There are
of this
so
movie,
many people in this movie.
that is true. And in my opinion, Odenkirk is the best part of this movie.
Bob
His
Odenkirk is
story.
amazing in this movie.
Because
Man,
his
I hope he
story-
gets more movie gigs.
He was really good in this one.
His story was also the most journalisty. Like it is
Oh
absolutely
yeah, protecting the source. and
Yeah,
everything.
he is the one that is doing the journalistic integrity. He's the one that's researching and trying to get a copy of these papers. Also, Matthew Rhys is really good for the little bit that he's in.
He's incredible always. He's so good. I hope he gets more movies.
From the moment where the girl in the office announces the Supreme Court judge's quote or whatever,
Right.
it's ham-fisted and it's very heavy-handed. It's where I think Spotlight is significantly better in it, in that it handles it its topic with more severity and
Right.
a little bit more earnestly, I think.
Right.
But I just really enjoyed that movie
I
way
did
more
too.
than I was expecting to.
Yeah, it's top 10 for me.
It's boring.
It's
It's really
borderline.
good. No, we already told the world how much you liked it. That's why we cut to it while you took a shit. So back to first impression shows. Looming Tower.
Yeah.
Does everyone watch this?
I
did.
got through the first half, but my Hulu app died, so it wouldn't play
That's
anymore.
weird.
Yeah, and there's something
Decades.
going on with my SmartCast app. It's not linking to my TV, so I couldn't watch it on there either.
Nah.
My Hulu kind of sucks because whenever it updates and I'm away from my house, it asks me to verify my network,
Mm-hmm.
and I can't when I'm away from my house,
Right.
and I can't watch any Hulu.
I think the show is, for the first half of it, is incredibly well made, and I'm not sure how I feel about enjoying it.
It is stupidly well acted.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, it
the
is.
It's so
acting
nice
is
to see
awesome.
Jeff Daniels doing something good.
Dude, he is great in this
He's
show.
very good.
He takes the intensity from like that first speech in Newsroom,
The most
and
shared clip in internet history.
and he well, besides James Harden, pretty soon with that crossover.
God, it is
I
everywhere.
still think I think the LeBron play was better, but that's my opinion.
That's because it was lucky as shit.
It was lucky as shit, but it was
Stay on topic.
It was an okay crossover with incredible disrespect afterward. In my
Yeah, but he
opinion.
made it.
It
He did make it.
Anyway,
Looming Tower. Good.
he took that intensity and stretched it over the so far the span that I've seen.
So far, I think he could get nominated for this.
I
Yeah.
mean, he is intense as shit,
He's
man. It's
really
got to
good.
be.
And God, the guy that
exhausting.
plays the CIA guy is so
the
good.
little foreign guy.
What?
The foreign guy. Oh no,
No,
you're
the
talking about
CIA
the
guy.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about the guy he sends
No,
over
the other
to the
FBI guy that's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
his
yeah,
right
yeah.
hand?
Yeah.
No. Although he's awesome.
man. When yeah, I know what you're talking
The
about. The
CIA
bearded
guy
guy.
is so good at being just such a piece of shit.
When
That
they're
guy
going
is
back and
always
forth
one.
at that meeting, that's my favorite part of the show.
I love.
They were
the show.
trying to. It was a verbal chess match.
So
and it was
Hulu-
Yeah.
fascinating to
Hulu
watch.
released the first 3 episodes immediately, and then I think it's every Wednesday as a new episode. It's one.
I was wondering how they were doing
it's a
this.
weekly show.
Okay.
Hulu does that more than any of the other streaming program or
I think it's smart.
services.
Well,
give them a taste.
Yeah,
Get them hooked.
So Trey, what you like this?
I did. I like it a lot. I like
How many have you watched?
just the first one so far.
Okay, yeah, I've watched all 3.
I like that it's obviously the subject matter. Like I think it's an interesting like take on that particular
Yeah, if
subject.
you don't know, this is the events that led up, like the rivalry between the FBI and the CIA that kind of led to 9/11 being able to happen.
Yeah, and it's really a couple years right before because it's dealing with like the Monica Lewinsky
this starts
scandal.
in '98.
Well, it also the that pre-bombing that happened.
The embassy bombings.
Yeah.
where it was like, well, the one that was right outside the van that blew up. That one dude
Mhm.
threw like that flashbang or whatever and ran, and the other dude's like, "What the? Where's he going?"
Blow it.
But I remember that happening in the news.
Yes.
Yeah, Peter Sarsgaard.
Scars. Yeah, there's always a Skarsgård.
Indeed, there is.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was a
he's so
little
good.
young to remember that. I
He's
think.
so good at being a piece of shit. man.
He is definitely
That was a big ass explosion. I remember it taking out a couple of floors, but that was huge.
It was very big.
I also like Jeff Daniels the personal stuff. So like initially,
he has
does he
3
have-
families.
He's got 3 families,
Yeah,
right?
at first
He's
you're
got
like, oh,
a
this
family,
guy's just
a
a-
side piece, and then like
Another
family
side,
family.
a side piece.
Like he's got super family.
yeah, and I feel like they do a
Good
good
for
job
Jeff
of
Daniels.
making you think that
Yeah, then he
he's
filmed
just
the Looming
cheating.
Tower.
Like, you know what I mean? Like he's just cheating on his wife with some bimbo or whatever.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's got a wife and 2 kids at the
Yeah.
very end of the first episode.
It was a swerve.
I don't
man.
think I've heard of that kind of thing, but I don't think I've ever seen a TV show portray
Who's
that.
got that kind of time?
I
What
mean,
energy.
Or
true
money?
story. Well,
all of
I
them.
tell you
Well,
what.
the leader of one of the leaders of the FBI has that money, but
yeah, I was
That's
gonna
a
say
lot
if
of
you,
money.
if you are the leader of the FBI, I feel like that's a pretty solid cover for having 3 families.
James Comey's got 15 families.
that's probably not true.
I
but
feel
it
like
could be.
I feel like Comey reproduces asexually. Like
Yeah.
something just splits
Just
off
like
of him. Like
splits an egg.
yeah,
or whatever,
like
and
a
it's-
you know
gremlin.
what? More Comey.
like gremlins just don't feed him at the midnight.
Comey. That's how it happened. Well, all right. So I'm really glad you guys like Looming Tower. I am so
I
in
love
on
it.
that show.
Keep.
Oh yeah, it's a super keep for
Yep.
me.
As of
Like
now, keep
if it keeps up as strong as it started, that will be a.
Did we do
Up
keeper
for top
cuts
10.
for the other ones?
No, I assumed cut all around for Good Girls, and I don't know for AP Bio.
I'm gonna keep it.
It's a tentative keep for me.
cut.
All right, cool.
Yeah, probably a cut for me. But it's one that I wouldn't mind going back to.
I'll let you know how it goes.
All
Like the Mick.
Yeah. I don't like the mix.
No, it's not good.
It made a second season.
It did, and it's not going to make a third.
Eh.
The Gifted.
Yeah.
Did you ever finish this?
No, I died at episode 8.
Oh,
God
man.
damn it. This show is so fucking good.
It's X-Men porn.
Turns
It
out
really
episode
is.
8s are my kryptonite this year.
Finishing shows.
No, just episode 8s.
So if they end at 8, you're good.
No.
Otherwise, you don't finish shows.
I finished the one
You were
that's
trapped
15.
here.
I finished the one that's 15. I was
You
making
did.
a
Let's
Let's
Star
talk
Wars
about
joke.
X-Men.
Huh?
Let's talk about X-Men.
Let's talk about X-Men. All the X-Men references. There's so much shit that happens, especially like around episode 8, you fuck.
8 lost my attention very
God, the
quickly.
Hellfire Club comes in.
Yep.
The
Stepford
Hounds are coming,
Cuckoos.
the Stepford Cuckoos come in. God, and they're in this show. They're related to Emma Frost, it seems, or they're at least acting like it is.
It seems
There's
like
so much like stuff going like back to old school, like Hellfire Club. Magneto's being directly referenced as Polaris' father.
Yep.
God, there's so much.
And I'm
cool
sure there's
shit.
like 20
Ahab was in this show. Spoilers, he did.
I was gonna say,
think-
I feel like there's like probably 20 things you picked up on that I
There
did
was
not.
A lot. I was just sitting there freaking out. They have so many like cool like obscure mutants that I know about. Like Shatter is in there. He's the black guy that literally like is all black, like with the weird eye and all that. I don't know if you remember watching. It's been a while for you.
Yeah, he's kind of in the background. Did he get shot
He
at
gets
one
a
point?
He's
slightly
a
more
Morlock
prominent role.
when his mutation started when he was a kid. It's actually a sad story they cover in the comics. He tried to commit suicide and he shot himself and he realized that he was impervious to it, so it like cracked his skin. But that was it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
There was a black guy got shot
that got shot in
whenever.
the show. Yeah,
yeah,
that-
whenever Pulse like canceled out all their
that's-
powers.
Yeah, it's Trader, and that he's
Oh, okay.
also a real life. He's a
Trader
Real-
Joe or Trader Benedict Arnold?
Vic.
Oh, okay.
He is he's also a Morlock in the comics. I liked a lot of the obscure, like Dreamer was brought in, Sage was brought in.
Yeah, some I wasn't sure if they were new mutants or if they were.
Most
Is
are
it new
actually,
to the gifted, not like
most
new
are
mutants?
from the comics. Not all though.
Yeah,
Eclipse
obviously-
is kind of a character. Like he's a combination of a few. It's a stink bug, dude. It
I know.
literally will do nothing.
It just startled me.
It's a stink.
They do stink though.
If you crush it, yeah.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I ate one.
Stop saying that.
Stop driving your sweaty hog.
Juicy hog.
No, it's sweaty now.
You drive it long enough.
So man, so this is taking place basically in the Days of Future Past storyline, and it's like the time missing, like that we don't get to see what led to it getting so.
Is that
bad.
confirmed or is that just your assumption?
It's what's happening. It's
Gotcha.
not confirmed, but that is 100% what's happening. That's
Okay.
where that is like the world that Ahab is from. So
Okay.
and that's the Doctor, and that is Ahab. He's the one
Right.
who creates the Hound program, which, like in the comics, leads to Rachel Summers. You're gonna have to keep me on topic here, or I'll start tangenting.
You're good.
All over the place. So yeah, like it's weird though. Like they made a couple of weird changes, like in this. Like so, they openly reference the X-Men all the time, and the X-Men we don't know what's happened to them yet. They went missing along with
Yeah,
the
they just keep
Brotherhood.
saying like they left us in charge for
Yeah.
a reason or put us in
And
charge
so
for a reason.
Thunderbird's there.
Right.
In the comics was the older brother. There's two brothers, and he dies very early on, and then Warpath came in later on. In this one, Warpath was a member of the X-Men, and Thunderbird's the younger brother. So I don't know if they just like the name Thunderbird better, and they went that way, but it was interesting.
Yeah, and slightly different powers too, I think, right? So
Man, those powers changed a lot for those characters.
I know, like in this
Like,
in the
Warpath
show,
is-
he's
Warpath in the comics can suddenly like fly, like that's
why the fuck not?
yeah.
Weapon X,
'cause-
yo.
Yeah, Weapon H.
There you go.
What?
That we'll talk later. So yeah, it's weird. Do you find Polaris hot? Cause God, I do.
Really?
No.
She's weirdly
Not even
hot.
a little
I
bit.
think she's fairly
She's got
attractive.
an
Blink, on the
interesting-
other hand,
she's
holy
interesting.
shit,
Yeah, Jamie
No.
Chung.
I don't like her either.
dude.
Oh,
Plus,
she's hot.
plus
Her
it's
face is
Blink.
flat.
Have the persuasion.
Oh yeah, I've got it hard.
Blink is a top 10 Marvel comic book character for me.
Yeah, you do love you some Blink.
God damn it! I'm so happy she's in this show.
Yeah, and they went with Age of Apocalypse like version of Blink
Yep.
too.
How old is that daughter?
She
Jesus
is
Christ.
no, she's 18.
Oh,
okay, yeah, no, she's super
legal
hot.
as shit. Yeah.
She is crazy hot.
Yeah, she's the hottest person
Like,
on that
I
show.
am
Oh, yeah.
creepy as balls, but she is really hot.
The dad, he's also a good looking dude.
They brought in Fenris, and I told you.
So, just to back up
Is he
to
a
the
wolf?
dad real quick,
In mythical times, yes.
Lane and me watch this whole show together. Like we looked forward to it every week. It's one of my crowning achievements as a father. Also, he will not reference the dad as anything other than Vampire Bill.
You're damn right. That makes you a good father. Except for the fact that you let your son watch True Blood.
I did not.
What the fuck?
I did not. I just said. Oh man, it's Vampire Bill, and it stuck.
That's fair.
One day I'll show him True Blood,
Yeah,
but
like a good father.
yeah, he'll have to be a bit older.
Just
I've
like
Yeah, like
already
9.
called
he's
social
like
services.
12.
11.
I've already called CPS on that shit.
CPS.
Yeah.
Eh.
Anyways,
Did you forget what that means, or
Katusa,
Child
I don't
Protective
think-
Service.
no, Katusa Preparatory School.
Yes.
Yeah, that's also
Call him. I dare you.
Yeah, so Fenris,
Link
yeah,
couldn't
so
get into
the
prep
Von
school.
Struckers, like, from the comics, are their great-grandparents from the 50s, which kind of lines up with, like, the way the movies did, because they would have been against the X-Men, who they said they fought, and that
Right.
would happen around the same time as, like, the movies in First Class, which took place in the 60s, so I'm liking, like, they've structured it pretty well. That's also when the Hellfire Club would have been starting.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting if they were to be able to like tie this into the movies
You
directly.
will get a version of the X-Men at this some point, or at least like some remnants of it. I think they're time traveling. I think that's where they went. I think this is Days of Future Past and them trying to stop it.
That would be
And
interesting.
that's why they knew they
Man,
were
if this
leaving,
shit all ties into Days of Future Past, that's crazy as fuck,
right? And it's gonna. I'm telling you.
dude. Either way, even if it doesn't, I just like this show is so good. It's
Man,
like
the first time they held hands, and I was like,
Yep.
yes!
It's
I
great.
was like, it's happening.
it's great action. Like the acting's pretty solid for a
For
Fox
a Fox
show.
show, it's decent. Yeah.
I mean, like the effects are pretty solid.
It actually
makeup
has-
is
some
really
of the effects
good.
are really good. Some of the powers they do, and when they actually do like a powers fight, like they do it well.
Yeah,
Like when they were rounding up when they first find the first Stepford, and she says like one of the hound like plants is there, and she tells them, and they have to fight the little fast girl who is totally made up. And Blink portals Thunderbird to come down for a punch from above her. I was like, yes.
yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Because and you had Eclipse like holding the
Oh, I
powers
saw
on each
that.
side. It's so badass.
I saw that. So that fast lady she made up that they trapped.
Yeah, that's not a real character.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that power's pretty common, but she wasn't any particular.
Yeah, common.
character. Common. Yeah, I love this show like a lot.
Yep.
Like top 10 potential for me. I like it
Same
so
here.
much. It's so good.
There's so many good shows this year. I don't know what's gonna make my top 10,
Like,
but it
finish it.
definitely is a contender.
It's hard to make like, I'd love anything those X-Men, but
Mhm.
like I'm pretty critical of it at the same time. But damn it, man, like whoever made this like likes X-Men a lot.
Yeah.
Like he knows or he's just researching the fuck out of it because he went deep on a lot of stuff. It's awesome,
Balls deep.
so deep, elbow.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, it got messy.
Mm-hmm. It did.
Yeah, Messi.
I like it.
He's a good soccer player.
He is. He is. It's really good. Better than Ronaldo. You get Messi? Who's above him? No one.
No,
Some
yeah.
German idiot that Josh likes.
No, Schweinsteiger is old.
Yeah,
and
back-
decrepit.
Schweinsteiger.
That was their best ever, and he was never better than
Klose
Messi.
is their best ever.
Closer.
No, Schweinsteiger's better.
No, Schweinsteiger is not better. Miroslav Klose.
He's a better scorer, and that's
Kleinsteiger is
I am so
cooler.
sorry that this got brought up.
yeah. You did this.
Mikhail Ballack was really good.
Balek.
Do you realize he's actually Russian?
Ballack?
Yeah.
I think he might have been Polish, as most of the team is.
Yeah, they're not actually German.
Oh man, those are traitors. Not Vic either,
I love Trader Vic's.
or Trader Joe's.
All that. Star Trek Discovery.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we're talking about this tonight.
Yeah.
Fucking yes.
Everybody
Um,
finish?
Yep.
Yep.
Man, like, this is already one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite shows I've watched ever. This is the purest definition of appointment television for me. I absolutely adore every second of this show.
I like it a lot. It's not. I'm obviously nowhere near as high as you, but I liked it a lot.
I literally I hurt every Sunday that there's not a new episode.
Well, you're gonna be hurting a lot.
Yeah,
of
you got a
Sundays
while
for
to go.
while.
I understand this.
I will say that I loved parts of it, and I liked other parts, and I actively disliked the last episode.
Really?
It was an incredible letdown from the episode, or like the 3 episodes prior to that.
It
There was nothing that happened, and it was a Michelle Yeoh focus, and that is a bad way to
There
end
was
the
a
series.
little
Now, the last,
anticlimactic
like,
stuff, but the last
the
scene was
last
really cool.
the last scene was incredible. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, that was awesome,
Full
and the
spoilers for this.
whole credits with playing the song and everything was really really cool.
Yeah, Enterprise showing up and that song playing was really badass. And I don't even like Star Trek all that much.
Yeah. But like the whole thing, like Ash playing like in the casino and not getting any fights, and then there's supposedly a climactic thing, and then her using the bomb as a way to like lead the Klingons. It's like, okay, lead by force, cool. Threaten your people. That's the way you lead. Like I didn't like any
Hi,
of that
fucking
stuff.
Klingons. Like, I'm sorry, but that's what they do. They're a warrior race. They lead by force.
Well, that was different. She didn't win that force. She was given that force, and that is not living like a Klingon. And living like a Klingon is getting that stuff by dominating the other person.
I'm so lost. What are you talking about?
The fact that L'Rell was given the bomb as a way to end the war.
And if that's the end if that's the end of Volk, fuck that show. He is way better than that girl ever was.
I mean, it gotta be the end of Vogue, right?
I guess so. So
Volk and Tyler are one person now, and it will be Tyler.
yeah, they chose poorly.
I disagree.
I like Tyler, the character. Oh,
Tyler is
Yeah, same
unoriginal. Volk was a albino Klingon that was leading. That was impressive.
By saying Tyler, I like his arc as like all of.
That's fair, but he's just in the end, he's just a guy.
Yeah,
He acted better in the Volk suit than he does like in his human skin.
he speaks Klingon really well.
That's true.
I'm good at that.
I mean, he was paid to do that, though.
But still, they pay me,
That's
and I
fair.
wouldn't be good at it.
You would. Come on, son.
It's fair. Trey, did you like this show?
I did. I'm somewhere between you and Josh. Obviously, I'm not touching Josh's enthusiasm
Yeah,
for the
Josh is
show.
at
Hard
10.
to. I am at a 10 at minimum.
I definitely think I'm probably I think I'm the second biggest Star Trek show. I don't honestly know how much Chuck likes previous Star Trek.
I like
But-
Next Generation.
I've watched like
I like the new movie.
we'll say 75% of all Trek that exists up until this point, and now obviously all this. And it's really fucking good. Obviously I know we talked about it in First Impressions. It's a really good combination of like Trek TV and Trek movies,
That's
newer
fair.
Trek movies.
good production value. Really
Oh,
good.
Yeah.
production
incredible!
It looks
production
like
value.
new Trek, but it feels like old Trek,
Yes, it does.
which
It's
is
kinda
really
like,
impressive
It's probably
to
like
me.
top 10 production value show I watch.
Yeah.
I would say
Um,
top 5.
Maybe.
It's
top
it's incredible, man. Each episode
I
was like its
truly-
own movie.
Yeah, I truly only feel production-wise that it's Game of Thrones and Westworld are the only two that
Alter
truly
Carbon
stand
is
higher.
Alter Carbon has way more. Alter Carbon is it may be higher than
Altered
Westworld
Carbon
and
just
Game of
feels a bit more. It still feels like TV. I do agree it's got very high production value, but
Thrones. It's ridiculous. They spent millions.
sometimes I do forget when I'm watching Trek that it's a TV show and I'm not just watching another like movie or whatever.
There
but
are some moments that
There's some acting moments that are not movie
that's true.
level.
Saru is the fucking best.
Saru
I'd
was
like to say
awesome.
that.
I like
God
Saru
damn it!
quite
I
a
love
bit.
everything about that character.
I did not like
I
the
hate
episode
Saru.
where he like was being
on the planet.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
we're-
love that episode.
I hated
God,
it.
it was.
Wait, which
that,
episode?
That was my down part. Of
where
like
the
season.
planet was like controlling his mind or getting in his mind, and he was trying to protect him. So he was like doing the big monkey hand
Oh,
smash
okay,
thing on
okay.
the
The
communications
planet
tower.
wasn't controlling him, by the way.
Regardless, it was
That was just unadulterated. That was a Kelpian.
I did really enjoy the alternate universe stuff, like when they switched
The Mirror
dimensions.
Universe. So it got me super hyped at the mid season when
Uh-huh.
they went to it, because the first half of the show I was like really high on, and then like it kind of had a middle sag for me. Like I got really hyped, and then it didn't really live up at first to me for the first few episodes. Then it
Mhm.
finished strong for me. So I really like
Gotcha.
the show. I'm at like probably an 8 on it. But yeah, it had a little bit of the middle sag for me, but plenty of shows that I really like do as well. The mirror stuff was probably my least favorite. Not all of it, but I think I got a little more high, and I really dislike Michelle Yeoh.
I don't get it. I don't get the hate for her. I
She's
understand
definitely
in
not the
first two
best.
episodes-
She's the
She's
worst
a bad
actor.
actress is
Yeah.
my problem.
She's
Like,
probably
not
the worst
necessarily her
actor on the
character
show.
that I have a problem with.
God, I wish she was somebody else.
I think she was significantly better the second time around. She was better as the Emperor than she was.
I
as-
do agree
I'll
with
grant
that.
you that, but it's still not good.
Yeah, I just don't think she's a good actress. I mean, every show has. Most shows have a bad actor. I think she's the main one. Tilly is the best person on the show.
Tilly is top
True
5.
story.
Oh God, Anthony Rapp's character also. There were
No,
the thing
Stamets is the best.
that is.
I
False.
fucking love Stamets.
There were
And
parts
Comer.
of that show where he was really, really good, but like the first third of that show, I actively hated him. He was my least favorite character on that
Anthony
show.
Rapp's character.
Yeah, whoever you want to talk about somebody that's got eyes too close together, it's him. It ain't.
He does have very close eyes.
No, the blonde eyebrows do not help.
I
With his eyes being
liked
too
him though.
close?
I did like him. I like the whole mycelial network thing.
Oh yeah,
a
like
lot,
there were parts
actually.
of it, like the episode where they were going back in time several times. He was awesome in that episode.
I love that episode. by the way.
I love
I
that
would've.
episode too.
Man,
You're-
you got it. It's so
I can't
weird.
do it,
He's-
man. He's my Joel
it's so
McHale.
fucking
He's
weird.
my Joel McHale. I
He's
can't
Who
look
is?
at
good
him.
in this
Wilson.
show.
Rainn,
I
no, he's
love
not.
him.
Yeah, he is.
No, because he's not good at anything. Because you know what? He just acts like Rainn Wilson. He doesn't
is so
act.
far and away the
He
best
just Rainn
version
Wilson's
of Harry
everywhere.
Mudd.
So does Harrison Ford. You like him?
No, I don't. I've been saying for years he's not a good actor.
So does Sean Connery.
No, he doesn't. That's bullshit.
He is Sean Connery in every
As
movie.
is Pacino,
as
as
Sean
is
Connery.
Jack.
Correct. All of that.
It's a thing.
It doesn't mean that they're not good when they are doing what
Rainn
they
Wilson
do.
sucks.
I love
Rainn
him
Wilson-
as Harry
hey.
Mudd.
Rainn Wilson, Sean Connery, the same.
Oh shit.
That just means you're stupid. I don't have to come back for that.
I loved the entire arc with Stamets and Colbert. I think they played that relationship
You
incredibly
have
well.
to tell me who people are.
I don't know who that is
Stamets
either.
is Anthony Rapp. Colbert is Wilson, the doctor, or Wilson Cruz, the
black guy.
Yes,
Okay.
the guy who unfortunately
He get
bit
killed.
He bit it bad too.
He gets his neck snapped.
It's the one bad thing Tyler did because I love that character.
It was
but-
awesome. That was this.
You know, they need to kill people. Shows that aren't afraid to kill people are good shows.
Yep. Like the
And
Chicago
I
shows.
agree with that. God damn it, Trey.
It was the biggest problem with Heroes. Every time they killed someone, they brought them back.
Yeah. Well, don't expect Colbert to be completely gone, but I don't think
No.
he comes back in the same way.
Oh, is he going to be like a hologram like that one guy in that one show where he's a hologram, the doc hologram?
The best doctor in all of Star Trek.
That guy.
Yes, Trey knows what I'm talking about. Don't make fun.
First of all, that's the greatest Star Trek character that exists. Is this
Also,
That
Evan
is
doesn't
fucking
know
correct.
it all.
No, I'm getting Star Wars.
The
in
look
Star
on your-
Trek Voyager, because
Holy
the
shit.
whole premise of Voyager is they're 70,000 light years away from Earth, so they have no connection. Their doctor dies in the first episode, so the entire series is a hologram. It's the emergency medical hologram.
Dude, you know who it is? It's the priest from Living
it's
Biblically.
Robert Picardo. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Positive?
It's
Hold on.
the
That guy's
musician
been in
from The
Star
Last
Trek
Tycoon.
before.
The
Hold on.
guy,
Okay.
you know who I'm talking about, the bald guy, right?
Last Tycoon got canceled.
Did it?
What?
Really?
That's sad.
No.
That's a bummer.
Oh,
It-
Kristen is gonna be.
It's really sad.
upset.
I shed a tear.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Because it happened
couldn't-
months ago and I didn't know about
He
it.
couldn't bring himself to talk about it. Yeah, for me, like, it's just, if I have a complaint about this show, it is only that I think the penultimate episode was a little bit boring.
Oh, see, I actually liked it better than the finale.
Yeah, see, I really like the finale, but granted, the final, I loved the opening of the finale, and I loved the final 10 minutes of the finale. The Burnham voiceover stuff I think was great. The fact that they tied it in with like the medal ceremony. at
Burnham
the
was
end.
really good.
I loved Burnham in this show, but Captain fucking Lorca is the best character on this
Oh,
show.
Lorca's really good.
I want
Oh,
him back
man.
so bad.
So the other one's got to be alive, right?
Probably, but that's probably a season 3 thing at
Oh,
best,
are
I
they
think.
gonna Harrison Barnes him from The Flash? Are they gonna do that thing?
Where they, well, I mean, they're not going to bring him back like 10 different times. I think they'll
Mm.
just have the Prime Universe Lorca. That
The other
may
one
show up.
survived. He's somewhere.
He may show up at some point. He also may still be in the Mirror
Jason
Universe,
Isaacs
which
is
would be
awesome.
interesting.
Does anybody
Um,
else ever get tired of the canned like scream when people die too? Because
The
they
Wilhelm scream. I didn't think they. Some people have been
did
talking about it. I don't remember hearing it.
that one.
Oh,
The Wilhelm scream is like, it's probably the most famous like sound bit ever. Star Wars uses it a lot.
okay.
I've heard that when he died. I've heard that scream a million times.
I mean, that's a thing. I mean, I don't know. That didn't bug me in any way. The final, like, yeah, you guys talked about it. The final minute of this show, I lost my shit. It's literally gotten me to go back and,
So-
start to watch the original series again.
So Pike was the captain in Star Trek 2009, right? Who brought
Yeah,
up
Bruce Greenwood, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Are they going to
Mhm.
bring him into the show?
Yes, that's who was on the other end of that distress call.
Just
The
not Bruce
actor,
Greenwood.
dude.
No,
Oh no, not Bruce Green. No, they don't. First of all, they don't have the same
Not in the
rights from
Kelvin.
Paramount. Yeah, they don't have the Kelvin timeline rights. They don't have the movie, so they can't use the actors. Which also means that Zachary Quinto will not be Spock.
I mean, I don't think he wants to do that.
He
much
does not.
anyway.
I'm curious who
he's-
they
I actually
cast.
don't
though.
like the guy that plays Spock's dad all that much.
Sarek, I actually think he's fine. He's not my favorite, but I like Sarek.
He acts
The
like
character's fine. I don't really
I
enjoy.
mean, he
the
acts
actor
like
all
a
that much.
he acts like a Vulcan.
No, it's I don't. Yeah, I don't like him as an actor in other stuff I've seen him in. Which I suddenly can't remember a thing, but I know I've seen that guy before, and I don't like him.
So like this is going to be a totally different crew, or not a totally different crew, but a very different crew of the Enterprise if they use it very much in season 2 than people are used to, because this takes place
way before.
roughly
10
at
years.
this point 9 years before So it's Pike and it's Spock, and then it's nobody else that people know. Like Scotty's not there, Chekhov's not there, Bones isn't there.
They got Tilly in her boobs.
Uhura
though.
isn't there. Yes, they do. Like none of those characters are there. Number 2 is the only person. Number 2 is probably the only person that people will recognize.
I wonder who he works for.
Who was essentially the first officer during The Cage and during a few flashback episodes of the original series.
That's classic comedy, folks.
But
I don't think I've
I am
ever been
intrigued.
proud of
I
it.
wish Saru would stay captain because I actually love him as captain. I love that he was the only one that gave us a captain's log in this
Boo.
series.
Stacy.
But I'm very intrigued to see who they actually want to be the captain of the Discovery moving forward.
I am the captain now.
Thank you.
I think
Clearly, it should be me because
I think it
win.
could be Kirk. I would not be super shocked.
They are actively casting Kirk.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, because I've been like searching and I haven't seen anything. I could totally see. So the thing that I love about this show is it fits within the timeline the exact way that I wanted it to when I realized that they were using technology that really couldn't work. The fact that they wrote it in to be basically classified in dangerous technology and that the Discovery is blacklisted, so to speak, from history means they have a lot more freedom to use characters and to use things that they wouldn't normally be able to do.
Yeah, because
And
you wouldn't have heard about them. 'cause you
People
weren't
complain
supposed to.
about shit like that. Just need to get over their
I
fucking
agree.
selves.
For me, the way I look at
Yeah.
the way the technology works,
Lots
like
of
people
Star
are upset
Trek
about the
fans.
hologram things. Like for me, quite personally, I look at it as
What
a
hologram
different
things?
like the speaking to holograms instead of on view screens.
What are they supposed to like go back and like be incredibly retro where people are moving the doors open
Right.
and shut? You idiots!
and that's
if
why-
you're one of those people, you shut up.
And that's
you shut
why
up and you enjoy good TV.
The way I look at this is just another interpretation of a future that like could possibly exist, but it all fits perfectly, in my opinion, within the timeline. But at this point in time, and this is going to be super fucking nerdy, but whatever. Like at this point in time
We're talking
actual
about Star
timeline,
Trek.
Kirk just made lieutenant on the USS Farragut, and very easily they could make that a cover story, and he was the captain of this blacklisted ship, so to speak. And I could absolutely see them doing it, and I think it could be kind of cool.
You will 100% see Kirk in this show next year.
Which I think is
Him
fine.
being the captain of
I
the
don't-
Discovery, though, that's
I don't know
man.
if
There'll
that
be
happens.
so
tough.
many internet fanboys that'll be
It
pissed.
would
There
be
are
tough.
multiple articles that think that's going to happen.
That would be really cool. I would be a fan of
It
that,
would
but
be
God, the
so
internet will hate
fucking
it.
cool. And I have actually gained a much more like solid appreciation for original Trek ever since I've like started watching it again recently. Like I've watched like maybe one episode every 2 or 3 days just to like get one, like, you know, just to kind of try and finish it because I've never been able to. I'll admit.
It's weird. It's the only Trek I had ever watched outside of the movies.
Really, and like I'm liking it a lot more. It probably helps that I've
Slow.
enjoyed the Twilight Zone so much. That show is basically just the Twilight Zone in color.
Yeah, kind of.
But I really enjoy it, and like I got super pumped after seeing the Enterprise, and like I wanted to go back and like get a better appreciation for those characters. So I can't wait. I'm intrigued to see who they cast. I hate that it's probably a year and a half away at this point from being back.
I mean, that's just what good shows do, man.
Yeah, I mean, I do want them to take their time. I'm ready to hear more news about it, if anything. Jason Isaacs is really selling the fact that he's moved on from the show for now, but I could totally see them bringing Loki
He'll be back
in,
at
like,
some point.
late.
But I think you'll get this spring or summer of 2019, I'd say,
Yeah,
at best.
yeah, and I'm trying to think of like my top 5 characters on this show. Tilly is number 3 for sure. It's Lorca, Saru, Tilly, and then probably Burnham.
I hate you that you just
And then
put Tilly
Tyler.
below Saru.
Saru is fucking awesome.
Tilly's awesome.
Suru is pretty great. So is Tilly.
Do
though.
you find
Tilly-
her attractive?
Weirdly, I do.
She's not unattractive in my opinion.
She's okay.
Tilly in the final episode, by
She's
the way,
thick in the right way.
she is. For Tilly though, by the way, in the final episode when they're going over the plan on to like infiltrate Kronos, and she comes in and like is talking to
Every time she uses her
Giorgio?
Mirrorverse persona, it's the best.
That's great, but when she's talking to Giorgio and she's like talking about how much she is like always wanted to work with her and everything else, and she realizes that it's the Emperor instead, and she does like the little Terrence Salute
Like
and
the
Burnham is
Sig
like,
Heil
"Don't do
thing?
that."
Yeah.
Like, I fucking died
was
laughing.
really
It
fun.
was incredibly well timed.
All right, let's talk about movies.
Okay.
The Death Cure.
Yeah.
I gave you guys 2 weeks to watch it.
I saw
it. You didn't do it, did you?
No.
You said you were gonna.
You got
didn't do
movie
it.
pass, bro.
I
You didn't do
do.
it either, did you, Trey?
I had Secret Play and
All
Scad
right.
Day.
That's true. Yeah, you did. So let's not ruin it, but let's talk about it because I don't even remember a whole lot of it.
I'm having. I'll be honest.
Wow,
I'm
that's
having a
selling
little
Welcome to
bit
my
of
life,
remembering
sir.
it, but I still really enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it,
It's
a
not as
lot.
good. Like, that series was best in the first movie, and then goes down. I really like Scorch
Scorch
Trials.
Trials is really good.
This is probably the weakest of them all, but I do like the progression of almost all the characters, and I really liked one particular character. That like
You can name characters, just don't tell what happened to
well,
them.
it's a spoiler.
Okay. All right.
You know the character I'm talking about, though, right?
I don't personally care. I don't know if
No.
Chuck does.
I don't remember.
Chuck, do you care that much?
Sorta.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just tell me later, but I don't
Okay.
really remember. I'm assuming somebody comes back, but I don't remember that happening.
Okay.
Uh,
It's that.
no, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I
I
remember.
really liked his turn.
Yeah, okay.
Man,
Um,
Teresa's a bitch.
Teresa is a bitch.
Always. There's no redeeming that character for me.
She's got that kind of face.
True story.
She does
but
have bitch face,
way
and she's
bigger
in the new
boobs than I
Pirates.
thought. Is
Oh
she?
yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
she's,
I need to watch that still.
She's also terrible in that too.
I didn't think that movie was bad.
Most people I know like that movie.
I
pretty
didn't
well.
say I didn't like it.
I didn't think she was all that bad in it either. But yeah, I mean, I
The
really
movie's
enjoyed
fun.
that
They leave it
series.
kind of open.
I doubt they come back to it, but
Not with that cast.
Dylan
but the
O'Brien-
world they could come back to.
like hit a growth spurt real quick or something. He seems like way more adult as a like person in
It
this movie.
happens when you get
when
hit
you
by
get
a
hit
car.
by a car for and hospitalized
Yeah.
for 10 months or whatever.
That'll make you grow up
and then
real
you make
quick,
a movie
buddy.
with Michael Keaton.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that.
Chuck saw it.
Oh, that movie
American
was
Assassin or whatever?
awesome.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Did you guys not see that?
No, I
That
wanna
movie
watch
is
it for the awards.
fantastic.
Yeah, I heard it's a lot of fun. I wanna
Action
watch
movie
it.
of the year.
Whoa.
No, it's
Free
not.
Fire, bro.
It's- No.
Get the bag.
Free Fire's amazing.
I'd go the Furious movie before Free Fire. Free Fire,
Duh.
you guys way oversold that movie to me.
Fast 8 is
That's
pretty great.
amazing.
but I'm-
Fast
Fast 8 is
Nobody
easily
gets
the
back
winner.
to Fast 8, though.
Yeah, it's true. Redeem yourself. Redeem yourself.
God damn it.
Pass.
I did not think I'd ever like Charlton Copley again. But
I
damn it,
like
he did
him
it.
hard.
The last 2 movies I've seen him in are fantastic, and I want to see the Gringo.
I do too, actually. Not Molly's Game, not Darkest Hour. Paddington 2?
Yeah,
we
we were
talk
gonna
about
watch
Paddington
it.
too?
No, we decided to wait off because I hold off because Trey's the only one who saw it, and then none of us saw it as well.
Do you
Yeah,
want to
just-
talk about Paddington 2?
It's wonderful and delightful as much as
You
the first
mispronounced
movie.
it's a goddamn delight, is what you said before.
It is a goddamn delight.
There you go.
Dope as shit.
Yeah,
We'll
dope
talk
as
more
shit,
later.
crazy fucking bear. So good.
I'm probably ordering that next week on
What?
Blu-ray. Brigsby Bear. What? What'd you say?
Pizza.
Oh well, yeah.
It was really well timed.
How many times do you guys think Trey has ordered pizza in his car on his way home, but got it delivered to his car while he was still moving?
Got delivered to his car.
Wait,
Zero.
what?
Yeah.
0 times.
Zero.
Come on, man.
No,
Don't
he
back
didn't
me
do
up.
that. That's stupid.
No, I think he would.
Like,
Did
did
he
he go
like hand
home
me
and
a
just wait
pizza
in his
out
car for
like
the
through the
delivery
window?
man to
no,
get
no,
it?
no.
And he-
I think that he ordered it in his
Like,
car,
he
like
met him-
away from here.
He's like, let's match speeds on Lee Highway.
No, no,
and
no.
you
He
pass
met
me
him.
that
No, no,
way.
he met him at like the Food
Can
Line
you do
parking
that?
lot.
Can you order food to Lee Highway?
Meet me at the third traffic stop.
Yeah.
No.
It's like
Dinner
Fast and
delivered
Furious meets
probably would let
pizza
you, let's be
ordering.
If
honest.
anybody did it though,
Uber Eats would
I
let
mean,
you
yeah,
do
it would be Trey.
Okay.
Or Boone.
Man,
no.
Boone would eat that pizza in
Uber
15
Eats would
seconds.
Totally
No,
let
it's
you do
10
that.
seconds.
10 seconds. I apologize.
And no, he wouldn't. He'd die. And still have like 3/4 of the pizza left.
All right,
Did
what
they
else
ever
are we talking
catch
about?
that Uber Eats driver that
Are we
shot
not
that guy?
talking about Paddington
Yeah,
too for
they
real?
caught him
None of you have seen it. We'll talk about it at some point when everybody's seen it.
All right, cool.
The movie awards.
That's
Yeah,
fun.
that's pretty
It's
much
a
right.
goddamn delight. I don't know what else is to say.
That's 2018, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes.
in 2019.
Correct.
All right, so not gonna talk about Phantom Thread till someone else sees it. Same for Call Me by Your Name. I, Tanya, Waiting for Me. Blade Runner, not yet. Mother, not yet. Black Panther.
Fuck yeah.
I'm sorry to break up your Black Panther
I
party.
Yeah, Forrest Gump too.
Why did you just have a look of dejection?
Oh no, it's just funny because you're like, not this movie, not this movie, not this movie. Black Panther.
Yeah,
It's funny.
okay.
All right, then.
I didn't mean to
Funny
look
dude.
You
dejected.
did look a little dejected. I didn't see you because I was turned this way, but I know.
Black Panther's
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah, it
It's-
was.
So it's probably my second favorite Marvel movie.
I don't
It's
know
top
if it's
five
that
for
high, but
me.
it's top 5 for me
I-
too.
Love this movie.
It's
It's Winter
really
Soldier,
good.
then it's Black Panther for me. Like
Woo.
it's so fucking good.
That's high. It's top 10 for sure.
Man,
I don't
it's
know
so
about top
good.
5.
It
though.
is.
The design of
cusp.
this movie is so amazing, like to me. Like I just think from the costume design to, in my opinion, some people have shit on the effects. I don't get personally.
What?
Really?
What?
I've
It
seen
has
people-
amazing effects.
God, you need to get off the fucking internet.
People
My
shit on the,
eyeballs almost rolled out of my head the first time they like went through the mountain hologram and into the city. I was like, "Oh,
It was awesome.
God,
Yeah, it was cool.
So mostly people shit on the Killmonger fight where they're fighting like midair and like the over CG'd bodies on that person.
Panther v.
fight.
Panther?
Yeah,
That looks
Man,
better
fuck
than
those
most
guys.
CG.
M'Baku is the shit.
M'Baku was
M'Baku.
great.
I
M'Baku.
fucking love M'Baku.
He's a vegetarian."
You'll see him as a villain at some point.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Man,
He's
that
one of his
depresses
main
me.
villains, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but still, it depresses me because I fucking
Man,
love that
he's
guy.
huge.
Yeah, he is.
Like I love everything about
That-
this movie. That scene in the casino where they're trying to catch Claw.
Awesome.
My God.
The fight choreography in it is so good. Also,
Especially when what's her name just pulls out that spear at the beginning of the fight and just chucks it down.
yeah, it's incredible.
God, she's awesome.
They totally. I thought he was fine, but he was just kind of a throwaway character in Civil War. But Martin Freeman's character was wonderful. In
Martin
this.
Freeman and Andy Serkis were both great in this movie.
Yeah,
Martin Freeman's supposed to
Riddles
be a
in the Dark happened in the Marvel universe.
It's great.
he was supposed to, when they brought him in originally, he was supposed to be a bigger part of the MCU.
He was. They cut it down a little bit in
I
Civil
think
War.
they're going to ramp him back up, though.
They are. They cut it down. It wasn't a Civil War problem. They cut him down because they wanted him to have a bigger part. That was planned for Black Panther.
He seems to be the kind of the Coulson now of.
He kind of
MCU.
is. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd be
that's
okay
fair.
if they replaced Coulson with him just in general, because obviously Coulson, I don't think, even if they cancel S.H.I.E.L.D., I doubt they bring him back at this
Oh,
point.
what Coulson
Yeah.
back?
I
think
like
you will see
Coulson,
him back
but
at some point.
do you?
Man, that initial waterfall
even
fight
just,
scene,
Oh yeah.
I was like,
That's
literally
Oh, when
tense.
when the ring kept getting smaller and
Yes.
smaller and pushing them out. That
God,
was
it
cool,
was
man.
so fucking cool.
The amount of research and thought and heart that went into designing an entire African nation was impressive as hell, man.
So,
Yeah.
Like everything that they did around that
Um,
was really cool.
I was listening to Kind of Funny this week, and the Kind of Funny, the Game of a Greggy show had Xavier Woods on there, who, that dude's fucking awesome, by the way.
Hey, WWE star, up, down, down.
Yeah.
Show on YouTube.
And like the topic that they were talking about was being a black nerd in 2018 and what
Right.
it's like versus what it was like growing up. And he was talking about Black Panther, and because Kind of Funny was kind of lukewarm on it. They liked the movie, but they didn't think it was as good as the hype says. And him talking about the fact, the appreciation for, they didn't just go super high tech route, right? Like it's technology enhancing what is very clearly actual like African culture
right.
is so important for so many people, and I think they handled it so wonderfully that I truly love this movie, and
So,
I can't get over
I'll
it.
say this: huge Marvel Comics guy. Me and Trey read an enormous amount of Marvel Comics. I always have. This was probably my least excited like I was for any Marvel movie because I just don't like Black Panther all that much. The comics have never been very good to me personally. The new one's critically acclaimed, and I still find it boring.
He always seems like
Ta-Nehisi
kind of
Coates writes it.
stoic and kind of uppity.
Yeah, and he is like when the Illuminati was formed in Marvel, like he was the one that said no.
He's their
and
less
walked
interesting
away.
Batman.
Not really.
He's who from Batman?
They're less interesting Batman.
Oh no, yeah, I don't fuck at all.
He
But,
seems like a black Lex Luthor to me.
but good.
Well, yeah.
But kinda. I mean, there's not a whole lot of people. I will say this: T'Challa is pretty unique. He's one of the few that doesn't really have like a straight up DC counterpart.
Correct.
So I was excited for a Marvel movie. I was very excited for Wakanda because Wakanda is a very big part of the comics, which I love.
The mines were so
They
cool.
were so cool. But I wasn't super excited for Black Panther. I thought it'd be fine. So I wasn't ready for how great this movie was, and I was gonna like. I also wasn't ready, and I don't think I could understand about why this movie was so important.
So big.
I kind of get it now. I don't think I can get it. I can ever fully understand.
Yeah, none of us here
But
can.
it's
I
a
don't
really
think.
cool like thing to see. How like what this means to be like. Because I mean, I guess it took me a while because for a while I was the whole like we've had Blade. Like there's been other black, superhero
But
or
it's-
black-led movies, but
yeah, it's not the same.
it's not the same. It's not a celebration of African culture.
Yeah, Blade is, for as much as I enjoy the first Blade movie, yeah, that's certainly not. It's just that character happens to
Wesley
be black,
Snipes is
yeah.
just black. Yeah.
Um,
But it's just not that. So I mean,
Being technologically
I want that to be the name of
superior
Wesley
and then
Snipes'
sharing,
biography.
Like the end of that movie where they're sharing their technology is really the reverse of what kind of happened. They're Africanizing the world with their technology, which is a very interesting take.
I do love how they called every white person a colonizer. By the way,
yeah,
I thought it was fucking hilarious.
it was funny. So yeah, for what Wonder Woman did for a lot of women, I think even on a broader scale, it did this for all
correct.
black people, and like
did.
numbers are showing that period. But I mean,
and like so somebody pointed out to me as well, which I didn't even think about, like because we always, every time we see a Marvel movie, credits roll, and I turn to you every single time. I'm like, there's always people, and you
That
always
leave,
say
your
you're like
father.
people who leave during the credits. Yeah, my dad, who apparently through 18 movies doesn't know they do anything through the credits.
I laughed hard at that.
But somebody pointed
a
out
bar
to me,
dad.
like, this movie is getting people who haven't seen other Marvel movies who
Oh,
don't
absolutely.
know that they do this into the theaters. And it really kind of bums me out that, I mean, they wouldn't know the Bucky thing, so that's fine. But the scene where they are sharing their technology, that first post-credit scene, I wish they had kind of done Iron Man 1, where it was, a minute into the credits instead of 5 minutes into the credits or whatever, so that people had a chance to maybe get to see that. I thought that scene was great. Is it a not at all subtle jab at Trump as well? Yes.
a little bit,
But I think it's such a cool moment, and it's such a great way to show like the power of this character and the power of Wakanda in general.
Also, if you're a racist person that are made up getting beat up
It's
at
the
a
fucking
Black Panther
worst.
showing, you are just the worst. fucking
God,
True
person.
story.
David, I'm glad. I was gonna bring it up. I was like, you know what? That's internet bullshit. I shouldn't bring it up.
No, it's happening.
Holy
it
fuck,
happened
it's
a
bad.
decent amount. Like that didn't happen.
And they're
if you
using
got beat up,
actual-
it's because you were probably yelling racial slurs in a room full of black people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, they're also using like actual pictures. Like, have you heard of this shit?
They
Chuck?
used makeup.
I have. I don't want to talk about it.
It's
Well,
just
they also
stupid.
actually use like real pictures of victims that they aren't that person.
Yeah, I know.
God,
it's all
it's-
fake.
it's
It was
so-
stupid.
Man, that's
I just wanted to
super
tell you
shitty.
people
Did you get to
Real
finish your
shit.
thought, by the way?
I
Sorry.
don't know. I've forgotten it if I did.
Oh, okay. My bad. You were talking about how much you love comics, but you didn't really like Black Panther that much.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He did. That was when he went into the representation thing.
But-
the fact that
I felt like it was unfinished.
okay.
well, it's fine. We can kind of
Like- much like a swan.
I think it gave me
Yeah.
a new appreciation for the character when comics usually give you a more in depth. I think this has done a better job of showing me why Black Panther matters than the comics have.
I love Chadwick Boseman.
He's really
Dude,
good.
he's really good. Have you seen
But-
the thing he did with I can't remember his name, the late night host, the fun one, Jimmy Fallon.
Jimmy Fallon, yeah.
They hid in a room, like they had people come in to talk to like a cutout of Black Panther, like so they wanted a recording of coming off the street. They didn't even know that Jimmy Fallon was there.
Right.
To tell them what they were doing a documentary on what it means to black people. So they come in and like talk to it, and Boseman and Fallon would come out and surprise them. Man, there were some really funny ones. There's one he's like, "I seen your movie twice in the movie theater, once on bootleg." And Chadwick Boseman comes out and he's like, "You bootleg my movie, man?" He's like, "Come on."
This movie should win for costume design next year at the
It's
Oscars.
really good.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's
man.
impressive.
His whatever he's wearing when he goes to the spirit realm to Mufasa with his father,
That's 100% correct, but yeah.
like holy shit! Like it is just straight up like that white suit that he's wearing is awesome. Like the
Get ready
production
to
design
see
is
this actually
fantastic,
maybe get a run at award shows
which
next
I
year.
think is
Oh,
great.
well-
I think it needs to happen.
I
That'll
hope
be
it
awesome.
doesn't get the. And I know that Logan got nominated for screenplay,
Adapted
but
screenplay.
I don't want it to get forgotten about. Since it come out in
Because it came out in
February,
February.
and same thing with Logan was around this time
yeah,
last
and
year
it's
too.
got
right?
it was this weekend actually.
I think it has the significant advantage of being a $500 million movie in the first 3 weeks that like I don't think they're going to really forget about it necessarily.
It's also the highest rated critically.
Yeah.
But also
superhero
think
movie
about
of
the
all
other
time.
movies that are coming out this year, specifically in regards to like.
But you
nerd
think
culture
Marvel's
and
like,
Yeah.
shit, I wish this wasn't the one before Infinity War now. Although, I mean, that movie's still
I think
on track
Infinity
to make
War
a
could
stupid
potentially,
amount
yeah.
of money.
Not only that, it's like
oh,
the
it's
majority
still
of it's
projected
in Wakanda. So
And it's gonna ride the hype of Black,
Black
Panther.
Panther's
Like,
in it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hopefully
always,
it
yeah.
gets some of those people that like were first Marvel.
By the way,
viewers to,
Chadwick-
watch it as well.
Chadwick Boseman and myself are almost the same age, so we're almost the same
So
person.
you got some
Besmirch him.
stepping up to do.
I will
Killmonger
say-
Yeah,
do a
what,
couple of
we do need
sit-ups.
to talk about before we move on. Killmonger was very, very good. Michael B.
Yeah.
Jordan was very good as Killmonger.
It's
He was
the
amazing,
best
as he always
villain to me outside of Loki in the
I was
Marvel.
gonna say, he's
Cinematic.
not better than Loki.
No,
but
no.
I
Um,
actually might like him more than Loki personally.
He's more. I can see he's got a relatable aspect to him that a lot of other, and he's got motive. Most of the Marvel villains are just, well, really comic book villains are just like, I'm a bad
Gotta
guy,
do
so I'm
evil.
gonna be bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like,
keep
do
hearing
we-
about the Marvel problem. I'm like, guys, they're just adapting comic book because you know what? They're just evil. They don't have
They
motivation.
did a
That's what
good
they
job taking a very generic comic book character and
are.
making
Most comic
him
book movies do
relevant.
Yeah.
better when they do that. That's why all the better villains so far in Marvel, for the most part, have been in TV.
It's why, but the Killmonger thing is also why I think I'm so excited for Mordo as well, because like we know his motivations at this
Mordo
point.
will be,
And he's also a very, very good actor.
Yes, he
very good.
is. One of my favorite, like at all in general. I fucking love.
He's the
Chiwetel.
operative.
Chiwetel.
Go ahead, Trey. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, at this point, I feel like Evan, what you were talking about earlier, with like not really being super excited for this movie before it came out and everything. Are we officially 18 movies in now? Can we stop? Like, are we gonna ever like go? Yeah, I'm not really excited about this Marvel movie.
I mean, I think that
I feel like
there's
it's gonna
always
happen
room for
again.
skepticism. Like, I don't think that it's
Now-
wrong to
now,
be skeptical.
if
about
they
a movie.
start- If they-
Squirrel Girl movie.
if they swing and a miss, man, I'm telling you though, like
No.
between Ant-Man and this
Guardians.
I personally feel
Guardians,
like yes,
I was excited
most
for
of
Guardians
the
because
origin
it was
movies-
such a risk.
Yeah, it was probably the biggest roll of the dice they had up until that point, but then Ant-Man came out. I was
And
like,
I will give you that they do a very good job of hitting the first movie in every one of their franchises really well. There have been misses, in my opinion, in the universe.
and
but,
I get that. I'm just saying,
but
like,
yes, if you're talking about like the
this
risky ventures and
character
things like
isn't
that-
going to work in movies, I guess, is more the sentiment that I feel like at this point. Like, even if it's Squirrel Girl, like if you don't like Squirrel Girl, that's one thing. But
Here's
like,
what's going to happen
also,
in phase
I mean,
4
even-
or 5, where you're going to get an A-Force movie. I 100% get
hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
A-Force is all female
I mean,
Avengers.
even
Yeah.
like Captain Marvel, like outside of people who read comic books, nobody knows who that person
Yeah,
is.
for the most part,
Nobody.
correct.
But the character
Fuck you,
itself,
Carol.
the character itself doesn't
Danvers?
speak
True
to
story.
being
Danvers.
skeptical.
I was
though,
right.
Yeah, like
Comics.
that particular character doesn't feel like one that people would be skeptical to go watch. It seems like something that would fit in line with your standard superhero fare. But yeah, like a Squirrel Girl, or I mean, at this point with the legacy of the movies, when they finally get him back, I will be skeptical about a Fantastic Four movie. I also don't like the property
Oh.
much, so
God,
I don't think there's a movie I'd be less skeptical of than a Marvel-made
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. You talk about like a movie they just like would refuse to fuck up. I feel like it's that
I'm
one.
with you on that.
We totally like glossed over how awesome Killmonger was. I feel
He was
bad.
awesome.
yeah, I do.
Like, I
Let's
love
circle
him
back
as
to
that.
his
Right.
awesomeness.
Yeah.
I was just like, you're kind of a dick, but
You're also
kind
not
of got a
wrong.
point.
By the way, so we were in the movie theater, me and Trey and Freeman and Kristen, and that part where the Wakandan jet like flies off and that little kid was playing basketball looks up and you could tell that was like his son. Like some dude like right next to us went, "Oh shit!" like, really loud, and Trey was like,
That's awesome.
and Freeman was like, "What
That's
did he
funny.
say?" I was like, "Nothing. What's happening there?"
All right, we got to move on.
Look this way.
Yeah.
Black Panther's awesome. Kevin Feige says it's the best movie they've ever made. Annihilation.
This movie's fucking weird, yo.
I think this movie is
No, it's
very
weird.
good.
It's amazing.
I am not at your level, but
But you're
I am
wrong.
closer to your level than I am to Trey's level.
You keep thinking on it, and it gets.
Wait,
more
where do you
amazing.
think my level
You
is?
seem like you're kind of lukewarm toward it.
No, I wouldn't call myself lukewarm at all. I definitely am also not where Evan is. I don't. It's not going to
9.5.
be like a most likely going to be in my top 10, but it is a really good movie.
8.5.
I
maybe.
love it. It's
Oh,
one
yeah,
of my favorite sci-fi.
8 is
movies
a
I've
solid
seen
score
in the
for that
past
movie.
decade. It's
It-
weird as fuck.
It is weird as fuck.
There is an amazing scene in it. Like one of my favorite scenes ever. I was just sitting there with my mouth open, just going.
Without giving too much
so
away,
cool,
I don't
and
know what
I
scene you're
cannot
talking
tell you a
about.
word about it.
Are you talking about
You
toward
know
the end?
what scene I'm talking about.
Toward the end? Like
There is one scene in this movie that stands out above all others.
the weird scene.
Talking?
Yes.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. I assumed. I just wanted to make sure. I'll tell you later if you don't get it.
Never going.
Man.
I think I know what you mean.
I don't understand the hesitation.
It's definitely the weirdest part of the movie. That's for damn
It's
sure.
incredible.
The Al Gore part?
Yes.
Okay, there it is. Okay. Took you a minute, didn't it? So
No, it took no. I'm not gonna go into it. Anyways,
Did you just spoil something for me?
No,
No.
he's trying real hard, isn't he?
I am not, as
Feels
a matter
like
of
it.
fact.
Lockbox.
Strategery.
This movie is so good.
It is one of the coolest, like, looking films.
visually.
Visually,
Yes.
it's amazing.
It is
Stunning.
stunning. Yeah, that's the exact
So
word
this
for
is
it.
the guy that made Ex Machina.
Right. Yeah, I knew that.
It is
I
equally
would
weird.
Put Ex Machina above this.
I do not. I have this easily.
I would
above
also put Ex Machina above this. This is weirder. I will give you that. But I like Ex Machina much better as a movie.
Natalie Portman and Oscar Isaac.
Yes.
Oscar Isaac returning. He likes
That
Alex
dreamy
Garland,
motherfucker.
evidently, isn't he though?
What was it? It was you,
Yeah,
right?
when
Yes, it
when
was.
There's a point
Oscar
where
Isaac
they're-
and Natalie Portman are making, I was like, who are you more jealous of right now?
I just looked at him and go,
Natalie
I don't
Portman.
know. They're both beautiful people.
So in this, like, you see something crash into a lighthouse at the beginning of the movie.
There's always one.
Yes, there is always a lighthouse,
Yeah, it was a Skarsgård that crashed
and
into it.
there's a shimmer. And
Yeah, Athene.
so this, basically Athene starts like expanding out, and it's slowly expanding, and they don't know what it is. They are setting up research stations, and they send people in periodically, and no one ever comes back out. But Oscar Isaac goes in, who's married to Natalie Portman, and he appears, and he's weird as fuck, and something's wrong with him. So in her desperation to figure out what happened to him, she ends up there, and she goes in with an all-female team because they'd never sent females in before. And then they go and explore, and I don't want to
Shit gets real.
why all the stuff's happening. Like you saw in the preview, like there was a deer with like flowers growing on its antlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's crazy shit like that.
Cool.
Like
It's
that's
cool as
the
fuck.
most tame of the things that are going on
Yes.
in there.
Man, there's
And
some fucked up shit.
yes,
I feel like those guys got high as fuck, and then we're like, let's just think of the weirdest shit
mean,
we can
it's a book.
possibly think of.
it is a book, but they changed the book a lot.
It would. Then whoever wrote the book was also super high.
Or the
There's-
editor.
What?
Or the editor of the book.
Oh, yes.
There are editors to books.
I didn't hear the word that you said.
Editor.
Okay, now I know what you're talking
Editor.
about.
You should wear those headphones. Then you would have heard it.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
That's fair.
After I make sure the podcast is good, they hurt my ears.
Oh.
You
You
quote
okay?
me. You quote me.
I'm all right. I'm
All
making guys. I appreciate your
So,
concern.
anyways, so I basically think we've hit the point where I can't say anything more without ruining something. for
That's
you, and
correct.
I don't want to do that.
Just know
this
it's weird as
movie
fuck
is
and you
weird
should
as
watch
shit,
it.
and at the end, you're gonna have to think about it. Like it's one I desperately want to see again because there's like stuff I've got like theories of what's going on. It's one of those types of movies.
That's how it was
Who
with
makes
Mother.
Ex Machina? What was the director?
What did you just say?
Alex Garland.
That's how Mother is.
Mother is a allegory for smashing Christianity, from what I hear. So Darren Aronofsky movie.
Yes.
Somewhat.
it's
I don't.
Alex
I
Garland
didn't
is
see,
the
see
actor,
that
not the
hostile to
director's
me,
name.
but it is an
Okay.
allegory.
Two rights in.
Okay, so that guy has a penchant for doing movies like that because that's what like I thought of at the end of Ex Machina.
Oh yeah, it's he has a style. Yeah, that's
I-
Like I sat there for like hours just thinking about.
pondering.
Yeah.
I didn't have any theories following Ex Machina. I feel like the story was pretty straightforward.
But you think on it. A
you
lot.
do.
Yeah.
It is a movie
I
that
didn't say I
It
sits-
sticks
pondered.
with you, yeah.
I didn't.
Are you pondering when I'm
do
pondering?
not insinuate that I pondered, Josh.
I was going off of what Evan initially said.
Pondering.
Which was having theories and
Ponder.
Ponder.
Ponderosa.
Red
Yeah,
Sparrow.
Ponderosa.
Did you ever eat at that
Hashtag
restaurant?
steakhouse.
yeah, Red Sparrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Talk about Red Sparrow now.
Oh,
It's
Not bad, huh?
It's like a 6.
boring.
5.5.
6
It
and a
was-
half for me.
Maybe a 6.
I mean, there were some cool things. To
So
it.
I
The-
like-
the end, like
Was really
was,
good.
was satisfying.
I like old
to
school
get
spy
to the
movies.
end.
I like old school spy movies, and this is very much that
Some of
with 45 minutes extra footage for some reason.
for no reason.
Man,
No,
and,
I
there were,
100% agree with you.
Small things that were just even just like a minute of her in the car in the final scene, like being ushered up on the runway or whatever. Like, why is this shot so
Yeah.
long?
Cut it, man.
Like, why are we just focusing on her with like the lights of the runway passing by her fucking face?
This
like,
was poorly directed.
it was.
This
But-
movie did not have a good editor.
No, it did not. Editor.
Editor.
Hostiles.
Yeah, Hostiles.
Did
So
any of
I
us
think
watch
this.
that movie?
What?
Hostiles.
Did I watch it?
Did anybody watch that movie?
No,
here?
Tori did.
No.
Um.
he liked it.
So no, he didn't.
No, he liked it.
He liked it better than Pompeii.
Yes, he did.
Well, then he liked it.
So I thought this was a well acted movie. I thought it was a good story, despite the fact that it's just Black Widow, except like fucking brutal in spots.
So,
They're not
like,
afraid to
brutal
show some
violence-wise, like,
everything.
Rape.
oh, okay.
Yeah, for
and
a
in
story
a-
that they could have used as like a female empowerment thing, she gets raped a lot. And then she offers herself up to be like humiliated in front of a bunch of people.
She gets shamed into defending
She
herself
is
as to
hot,
why she didn't want to be.
Yeah, she is.
And I
Interesting.
struggle with it. She gets fully naked,
and in an
and
uncomfortable manner.
I am like sitting there going, God, you're hot. This is weird.
And this guy's trying to like
Yeah, she's-
whack it right in front of her.
Yeah,
and
she's
there's
like-
this,
she's
the
like-
soft whacking
Yeah, she's
sound
like,
because he
"Go
can't
ahead."
get it up.
She's like, go ahead, rape me, basically. And you're just like, I don't like this, but you're
Yeah.
really fucking hot.
Well, that's not a
But
place
yeah,
I want to
mean,
be
like, it literally is.
When she breaks her legs, kind of nasty too.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's just it's
Not as bad as that Louisville guy.
No, Kevin Ware.
Yeah.
Nope.
it is a very uncomfortable depiction of that character's own.
I get what they're going for. I think they missed some beats they needed to get the empowerment across. I see how it could be empowering, so I didn't really have a problem with it. But it was hard to watch.
I got a weird problem with them shaming her into why didn't you just let him rape you? Like it felt real uncomfortable.
But I could see, like, I see that.
Agency is what I was
I
thinking.
if she
see
can
that-
survive that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, I see that being a thing. Like the Americans touches on that. It just can't go into that
Right.
on like in such graphic detail. So I think they're going for authenticity, and I just think it's so uncomfortable that it just turns people off.
I thought that they were gonna make her into more of a badass assassin, but she was not that. She
She
was
was
a.
She's
kinda,
smart.
like,
She's
she-
just smart, is all it was. She was
Yeah,
very.
but
She knew how to play people.
But instead of using like,
Her
it
feminine
seems-
wiles.
well, it seemed like she used her body a lot to.
She
get,
absolutely did.
And
Well,
that's
and-
just.
I
I
mean,
don't
that's
know.
kind
It
of-
just
Fatty.
struck me in the.
That's kind of the
Wrong
explanation they give of the character or the Sparrows later too, with the scumbag director or whatever, who's like, you know, they call them the magic pussy or whatever. Like that whole thing is just that's what what the Sparrows.
Trace
are
bought
supposed
one
to
of
be.
those recently.
I've got one of those in my pocket right now.
Pussy. Do tell.
Like I mean, that's what those characters are supposed to be, right? They like she even says in the
Yeah,
beginning
Horror
of the movie,
Academy.
like you're chosen
Yes.
because of your beauty, right?
The
Like,
horror assassins.
Yes. It's a very uncomfortable movie. There are parts that I think are very well done.
It's a movie I
There's a story that I don't hate, and the payoff I do agree is well done. Why do I know her uncle? What is he from?
Does he call you at home?
Yeah, he's been serving me. Yeah.
I know that guy.
I'm just gonna hang out back here.
Don't try to build
Joel
off of that.
Edgerton,
Let
I thought
us
Joel Edgerton was good in this too.
Sad Ricky Gervais.
Yes, I think he.
This
I,
is the most normal he's
I
looked.
think it's. God dang it! I think it's well acted. I think there's a lot of good things about this movie. I just think it's very uncomfortable, like for the subject, and it's just way too long, like unexcusably long.
Yes, like when I sent that text, I was like, "This movie is fucking boring," and you said that surprises nobody. I wasn't saying I wasn't still
No,
enjoying
but it still
parts of it,
surprised no
but
one.
God damn it, was it boring for the first half?
Yeah. No, I mean, there are slow spots all throughout.
I mean, she beats the fuck out of that one girl at the beginning of the movie, though.
Yeah,
I will
she
watch this
does.
at some point, just because I'm kind of fascinated by this talk.
It's interesting.
But-
It's a
I
a
like the
confounding
movie. It is
movie.
nowhere close to being in my top 10 at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I don't think it'll be in the bottom 10 though either.
that's
So,
fair.
It's gonna be the if we have a most middling movie of the year category,
Yeah, like
or
Oh,
if
yeah,
we
that-
if
oh,
we
yeah,
have
I
the
watched
Evans
that.
for movies, which is the story intrigued me.
it did intrigue me.
See,
So let's see. Oh, we do need to go over Game Night.
we do. I seem to like this movie significantly more than you.
Way more than me.
Man, I loved it.
It's
I-
a good movie. It is nothing special.
I was laughing the whole way through.
This is Date Night. Just again.
Oh, I don't remember Date Night.
It's Steve Carell and
Steve
Tina Fey.
Carell and yeah.
It's a wonderful
I don't
film.
think I saw it.
It's an okay movie, and it's the same movie as this.
I think I like both of those people a lot. Is why I loved that movie so
There are
much.
some wonderful things. Jesse Plemons is
Jesse
fucking
Plemons
hilarious in this.
Is amazing in this movie. In every single scene he's in, he's amazing in this movie.
That I can't dispute any of that. That's
It's-
all wonderful.
I had like a big ass smile. I was laughing the entire movie for me. Personally.
The movie is basically people are very competitive. They have game nights and they get roped into like this murder mystery game night that also becomes real.
I thought the dumb guy was really funny.
The dumb guy?
Yeah, the guy who was.
Oh,
who
he's
brought
wonderful.
along the
He's
ringer.
he's in Ingrid Goes West. He's the best part of that too.
Okay.
The brother in Ingrid Goes.
Hell yeah, that guy is awesome.
yeah,
He's
the
in
girl from Pitch is in it.
Who?
The girl from Pitch.
Oh yeah, the dude from New Girl's in it.
Oh, fun fact: Girl from Pitch also now a regular in Law and Order SVU.
Of course she is.
That's not fun at all.
It kind of ruins game night for me. When they were pulling the bullet out of his arm and like 2016 in the parking lot, I
Dexter's in this.
was dying.
That was actually really funny. What
Yes,
did you say?
Michael C.
Dexter.
Hall is in that movie.
There's a lot of
is in
people in this movie.
Yeah, no, it's a
Kyle Chandler, man, he's getting fat.
Kyle Chandler. This is
Kyle
the
Chandler's
this is
the brother
the
in
most
it.
enjoyable Kyle Chandler's ever been for me as well.
Friday Night Lights, Joe.
He missed out on that
Bloodline,
Deadpool money. He got fat.
Yeah, he did. Wouldn't you though?
I mean, I'm already fat, so.
Yeah.
But you're working on that.
I am working on
not
it.
next year, Evan. Right?
Yeah.
From
You're
now.
away.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
still fat right now.
I don't know. I really enjoyed it. I plan on like watching this movie again.
It's got an 81 on Rotten Tomatoes. That's high for a comedy.
No, yeah, and
It's
it's
being,
reviewed
like-
super well. Like I think people were surprised that it was good,
People
but I
really
think it's
like
getting a little
everybody.
overblown now.
Everybody
That's
I've
fair.
talked to has liked it. Did you see what I was saying in terms of like the weird, almost like miniature shot of like the like going through the subdivision?
That was intentional.
I thought it was, but I wasn't 100%.
Yeah, they were trying to
sure.
make it look like a game board.
Okay, I wasn't 100% sure because it also almost looked too real for them to be trying to do that. It
No,
was
it's
kinda
100%
weird.
what they were doing.
Okay, it threw me off.
That sounds clever.
I like this movie. I do not love it. It seemed very. It's a 7 for me.
Probably an 8.5.
So like, if this
Doing
is
that
comedy
5
of the
last
year, I'll
minute.
be a little disappointed. Would be how I'd say. I think it was. I had more fun in the movie than I didn't laugh a lot. I had some like the puking scene hilarious.
God damn it, was funny. I thought Rachel McAdams was great.
I just think she's hot.
True story.
Like, yeah, I mean, without spoiling too much, like, yeah,
Jason Bateman's hot.
True story.
In a sad dad kind of way.
Yeah,
I like Jason Bateman. I thought he's.
I like
mean,
him so much more in serious roles. I saw him
I
in
think he's
Ozark, and I'm
good
like,
in
I just like
serious
you
roles.
that way.
I
What
even
about The
liked him a
Gift?
lot in.
I did see the gift.
We saw it.
Yeah, we did see
It's
it.
Joel Edgerton joint.
It is Joel Edgerton. So
I-
much just came back to me.
I didn't hate the
Circle of life, man.
I didn't hate the.
I like the gift.
It was not bad.
No, I liked it too.
But like, I even liked Office Christmas Party. Like,
I recently saw that.
it's not bad, right?
It's okay.
It's not bad.
Uh,
That's what I would call it. Not bad.
I like Kate McKinnon.
I do in spots.
And I like that black dude that's making babies in the parking lot.
That's correct. I watched Rough Night, speaking of Kate McKinnon.
Oh man.
That movie's okay.
No, it's not. It's
It
The
doesn't
guys
look
are
good.
very funny, even though they're not the stars of the movie.
Wait, isn't Red Arrow in that movie? Roy Harper?
Yeah, he's one of the strippers.
Colton
Yeah.
Haynes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of the
Is he?
strippers. 'cause
Yeah.
He's got a good body.
He has to get something work after fucking Tomorrow People.
He fucked who?
He wasn't in Tomorrow, people.
No, you're right. Who was that?
That's Robbie Amell.
Robbie Amell.
You're doing well.
I'm not doing well after I stopped watching those CW shows.
Man, I just thought her husband and his friends, and they were acting like the girlish ones, and they're like, we have
Oh,
this-
Chuck, did you also
This is
see
really
this
funny.
movie, I guess?
He saw it a while ago.
Okay, I don't remember.
When
Rough
he
Night?
crashes through the...
I saw Rough Night like right when it came out
when
on
he crashes
video.
through the wall at the end, I laughed really hard.
I don't think I laughed at that movie at all.
I laughed a few times, but it's very forgettable. I'll give
Oh,
you that.
absolutely.
Bad Moms Christmas. Is it good?
It's funny.
Is it funny? I
Yeah,
love the
a lot
first
of
one.
people gave it shit. If you like the first one,
You'll like this
you'll
one.
like the second one. There is a scene where she falls in love with a stripper while she's giving him a Brazilian on his taint.
Yeah, it went in my head
Is
immediately.
really, really, really funny. Like I loved every part of it.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't want you to go too far into it because I do want to see that.
Okay, yeah, I don't want to. Yeah. Oh, and potential character of the year is Mila Kunis, who is super smoking hot. Her mom is friggin' hilarious in this movie. It's
Interesting.
fantastic. It's
I'm excited for it.
my favorite. She's my favorite part of the movie.
Let's see.
What happened?
My computer froze up, I think.
I think that's a sign.
Is that
Wrapping it up.
Yeah. How bad is Geostorm?
Oh, we're at almost 2 hours on the
Shut up,
third part.
Trey.
Geostorm is a train wreck with really good CG.
really good CG?
Yes.
Man, it didn't look like it in the trailers.
It's
Trailers.
better. It's just the exact same as that stupid ass Jake Gyllenhaal movie about the end of the world. It's the same premise.
The
First
day
of all,
after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
The
but
best disaster
You
movie of all
shut
time.
your fucking
The
You know what?
best disaster movie of all
God
time.
damn it.
Why did
Anyway-
we talk about the hurricane heist?
How do I
trailer?
forget reasons that you're the worst? I know I forget a lot of shit, but I shouldn't forget
The
that.
Day After Tomorrow is a fantastic.
God
Anyway,
damn it, I hate you.
Saw it
Geostorm
3 times
is a
in theaters.
slightly better version of The Day After Tomorrow, but with way better effects.
Okay.
It's almost the same movie, though.
We're not going to talk about Leap.
Okay. Just let's put it this way. If you're a dancer, you can watch it. Or if you have kids that sucker you into it, go ahead. But I'm sorry, Kristen, this movie is terrible. And Dane DeHaan,
It looks
he's a voice actor in it. He's awful.
Shocker!
This will be up for worst performance. His
Okay.
voice acting in Leap. No, I'll
we just say Dane DeHaan? Like, not assign a movie?
yeah, kind of like the Razzies do with the little slash.
Yeah. Just Dane DeHaan, everything. God, he fucking sucks.
You thought he was bad in Valerian. You should listen to Leap.
No, there's no way he's worse.
He's worse.
I can't. I don't
Way
believe
worse.
it. I don't believe you.
I'm going to play it for you.
No, you're not.
I am.
I don't want to.
I'm going to surprise you with it. Leap!
I want to see Happy Death Day. Is it good?
It's incredible.
Okay, let's not talk about it then.
Okay. It's incredible, though.
And I am going to watch Gotham by Gaslight, I think. I'm going to try
Okay.
to. So let's
I'll
not
let you
talk
borrow
about Okay. All right. Is that this year or last year?
No, it came out this year.
So 18?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to watch that after
After the
movies.
awards. I'll
Okay.
get okay. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so then we are done.
Cool.
Nothing else?
Nope.
Dynamite. All right. So next week we'll have the game show. Probably a little bit less wrestling this time, sadly.
We'll see.
Maybe not. We'll maybe go back to it.
I can get my kids in on this time.
That's true. And be aware, end of the month, our movie awards back for 2017. They're going to come. You're going to hear them in April. And that's the way it should happen. Fuck you, Oscars. We're going to be last this year. So, I mean, more prestigious. That's what I think.
This
so
is me will rightfully win something.
make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll see you guys next time.